dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
And we are live. We are live. What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
How y'all been?
Did y'all know that Game of Thrones has ended?
And it sucks.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. What's up, everybody? What do we got going on here? 207 people. Wow, everybody's watching football. And Pikachu, by the way, we had some technical difficulties. I saw your comment there. Sorry about that. We had a bunch of gremlins in the machine.
Yes, we did.
So, hello there. Hello, everybody. First of all, before we get started, I think I can speak for James.
Yes.
Thoughts to everybody in Florida, Louisiana,
joke.
the Gulf Coast. I mean, good God, we have a monster going on down there. So, hope everybody's safe and taking shelter and all that good stuff, and probably got the hell out of Dodge.
I hope they did.
Hope so.
I mean, it looks like the East Coast isn't going to get hit. So a lot of those people probably evacuated for no reason, but better safe than sorry.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to go down to my mom's in South Carolina because she was going to come up here, and now it's changed course. So, hello, everybody. Hello, Nikki. First of all, do we sound okay? How's our sound?
Yeah,
we got the
microphone
mandatory
check.
sound check. Are we low tonight, or James or me?
Can you hear me over here?
Woman on the internet. Football is this game where the Carolina Panthers
kick ass.
Well, apparently every other year they kick ass.
That's right.
Every other year. So anyway, all right. Let's see. Sound good. Sound good. There's Amanda Kane, Supermod. Let's see. Aaron, Jessica, Allison, Nikki Snow, Stephen King, Melissa B, Chris Daughtery, Sam Flanagan, Carol Brown. There she is. Claudia, Jim Kane, Woman on the Internet, Christabel, Amanda Stewart. Hey, Amanda. And thank you for the letter, Amanda. Thank you so much. I just got it the other day. I don't check that damn thing enough. I don't know how long it's been sitting in there. There's Doc Holliday, Helen, Wesley, Deborah, Rob, Dave, Jason. All right, so this is with 250 people. This is a little easier to see.
Yeah, man, a little intimate live chat.
It is compared to during the season we had 4,000 or 5,000,
6,000.
But also really quick, thank you guys again for the last live stream of season 7.
Man,
$8,015 in case you didn't know to St. Jude Children's Hospital. So thank you guys, all of you guys. There's La Gig. Let's see. So anyway,
we started with a $2,000 goal.
Yeah, we started with a $2,000 goal. It was shattered in 5 minutes. So we did it 4 times over. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, we decided we took a couple weeks off.
Yeah, man.
And I still hadn't had a chance to really take off. I did put out some videos, but want to get back to some streams and hanging out with you guys. And now we have to start talking season 8 because they'll start filming here in October. I'm sure the set stuff's being built now. Any set pieces?
I'm still open to be cast if they're looking for any extras.
I wish, this is going to be the last year. I wish they would reach out to a few, Game of Thrones YouTubers.
Oh, that'd be so
for
cool.
Little parts. I'd play a White, or I could get my head knocked off, or whatever.
Though, I can't do accents, so they'd have to give me a non-speaking role.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, everything sounds. What is your accent on it? Everything sounds the same. I can't.
Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. I'd stand there as a random Lannister soldier in a helmet, whatever. So HBO, if you're watching, let's make this happen. Let's get a hashtag campaign going.
Please.
Smokescreen on God. Let's do that.
Behead me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Reek me.
Fine.
Just let me on there.
That's fine, man. Steve Love, who I got to meet at Con of Thrones. We got to meet at Con of Thrones.
Yeah, man.
He was the guy that got his head knocked off by the Hound and got the finger up the bum hole. Maybe him and Cersei should meet. Anyway. All right, so all right, so now people are coming in. A few people are piling in. So anyway, let's talk about. We'll go over a couple little predictions. And maybe just wrap up a little season 7, a few predictions, but let you guys give us your predictions and ask questions and all that good stuff.
Would be
let
so
you guys
cool.
just kind of guide this. We just want to hang out because we know people are missing Sunday nights, and we're sitting there Sunday nights like, damn, the whole.
It sucks.
God.
And I am glad, like you said in the beginning, well, for us at least, that we do have a little football to ease the pain.
Yes.
But it still hurts.
As Ocean Mist, Chris can play Sansa's next love interest. Hey, absolutely, I'm fine with that.
He was talking about Sansa today.
No, I was talking about Sophie Turner. No, I'm on Team Sansa now. She did. She did it. She did it. All right. So what is this? Gertie 47. Hi guys, we'll be doing more foreshadowing vids. Yes, I was going to say that. Thank you, Gertie. I will be getting back to the foreshadowing series, and I think I was on episode 9 of season 1. So now I have a lot more big payoff scenes.
Don't you,
dig into. Yeah, since season 7. So that, as well as I think we may put together part 5. I think we may do that at some point.
I can't say exactly when. Silence.
But
somebody said we could be on the crew of the Silence.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Have your tongue ripped out. That'd be cool.
I wasn't thinking that.
Yes, Monkey Male Dog. Good idea. An episode in season 8 should be a dragon raised by wolves. That would be outstanding. Wouldn't that be cool?
Dude, that would be
I should
cool.
go,
I can see that.
I should go trademark that really quick.
You better.
I've already got it done.
I'm writing a note.
The paperwork's in the mail.
I am writing the note.
The paperwork's in the mail. All right, so let's start this off. I see something from Rachel Martin here. Rachel is hoping to see more Robert's Rebellion, Lyanna and Rhaegar flashbacks in season 8, especially turning at Harrenhal. Yeah, I don't know about now that we've seen the marriage I just don't know if there's a reason, unless there's something where, and I've been saying this as far as the books go, there's something missing at the Turning of Harrenhal. Like I thought there was, but apparently not. I guess if it's just that straightforward, where
it really seems to be,
where they fell in love and got married and all that stuff. Was no intervention by Bran. That's kind of what I guessed. It was some kind of intervention by Bran.
What gets me is how
I don't know if they'll sit or not.
How you said that. You could see a Chardane going along with the whole annulment thing because she believed in the.
Oh, you mean Ilya
Martell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I know. You got a
2 weeks away from
Char on the brain.
You know what I'm saying.
Think so.
And so I think that's a cool angle there to see maybe in one of these spin-offs.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that I said that in a video, I believe, or answered a comment before. I think somebody said something to the effect of, Rhaegar is this great guy and everybody loves him. He was talked up so much by these people that wasn't he kind of an asshole for, basically disowning his wife and kids to have his marriage annulled at that time. And but I think she was in on it. I think she understood the prophecy thing that
and how important it was to him.
Obsessed with, right? I think so. So I mean, maybe we'll get that revelation. So, I mean, I don't think we will on the show. We're not going to hear from Ilya Martell in a flashback. It's really they don't have room for that little small detail. But in the books, I'm sure we'll get something on that. At least what she thought about it. Let's see.
I was wanting to ask a question to the guys.
Okay.
Now that it's all over. And people did a lot of bitching about season 7. I thought during the season.
There were
but
some.
Now that you have time to
complaints.
digest it all, what do you think of the season as a whole?
As a whole, and
do you like it?
Now that you went back and watched, I know a lot of people rewatched. Several episodes.
Better, yeah.
You can kind of see it as more of a, I don't know.
When it was first given to us, it was like whoa, and then later you're like, yeah, okay, I'm okay with that.
All right, are we still good here? I just saw a little flicker.
I did too.
Here.
That's why I was
said the OBS. Either way, it's going to live on. There just might not be the official name. Jon, obviously, any child that he has with Dany, which I think is going to happen, it will be mostly Targaryen, but there's still some Stark there. So I don't know. That may be part of the thing where there is no more House Targaryen and Stark. I mean, you're going to have this kid who's both, but it's going to be. A Targaryen. If they will, Jon's name is Aegon Targaryen. So I don't know. I've had a lot of people ask about House Stark, and I'm thinking that we talked about the symmetry stuff. Everybody good with buffer? Is it buffering?
Buffering stopped. Somebody said.
Okay,
Thank
so
God.
buffer. All right, so good. All right, but yeah, it might be one of those things where you got this ice and fire Targaryen Stark. The whole symmetry thing we talked about in Dragon, and maybe there's none of these noble houses.
It must have buffered bad. We lost 200 people, it looks like.
Yeah, wow. Oh, we dropped off big time. 423.
See how different they are?
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so we are we still having issues? If anybody's still buffering, just refresh the stream. Everything looks good here. Everybody good, I think. Let's see here. Better now, okay. Okay, Lala Gig has something here. 1 video per chapter per week, starting with the first book and going to the end of 277 chapters. You should finish before season 8 begins.
Wow.
And or before Germ finishes. Good idea. That's what you're kind of doing, though. You're kind of doing the book thing.
I'm trying to. Things are getting back on track for me. I do have a video finished.
Yes, yeah,
I do, and I'll probably be releasing it after we do this.
Yeah, it rendered. This was a long one, so it rendered for a while, and there was no time to process or upload it and process it without using this computer to stream. So, let's see. I didn't see any. Okay, so we did have a couple super chats come in here. Craig Mulvey, I think. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Nagging question left over from season 7. Was Theon having no balls news to you? I never got the impression his balls were removed. I never really put too much thought in it, but I assumed since Euron called him a eunuch that he did have both root and stem removed.
I always thought that too, and I don't think if he had balls still, the knee to the growing, I think it would still been effective.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I don't think he has any.
Yeah, it's pretty clear he doesn't. But yeah, I never really thought about it that much because you did think about Balon and Yara receiving, his his toy in a box. So I guess they included the whole damn package.
Must have.
I don't know. So yeah, I didn't know. I didn't really think about it. That's a good point though, Craig. I didn't really think about that much until that scene. I was like, okay, so now it's an advantage for whatever reason, just to get the Ironborn back behind him, I guess, to get Yara.
Go back and watch the scene when it cuts to Ramsay eating the sausage. If there's potatoes in the bowl.
Let's see if there's potatoes on the plate. Oh, Lord. And Doc Holliday, thank you, Doc Holliday.
Thank you, Doc.
Heard theories about the Golden Company breaking contract for Aegon in the books. Will they do it in the show for Jon/Aegon? Well, as of yet, they have not, because that's their big thing as far as the Golden Company goes. They've never broken a contract. Their word is good as gold. That's their words. So I don't know. My idea, though, is that Cersei, of course, depending on the Golden Company, that they will... I don't even know if they will pretend to fight for her. I think they may come over, and then maybe they do. Maybe this is the first one they break, and that's kind of why they kind of harped on that so much anyway, was they've never broken a contract, but then they find out the truth and what they're fighting for or against, and then they switch sides. Plus, you had Jorah, who was in the Golden Company, and in the books, of course, they supported Blackfires, basically Targaryens with a different name, legitimized bastards. So I can see them definitely switching sides, but we talked about before, I keep saying it's so stupid, the Team Jon and Dany sandwich, though. And so that's one of my predictions I was going to bring up.
That's going to happen.
You're going to have the Night King, and what made me think about this actually was something fairly simple. Was in the show in the end of season 7, the very end scene, the Night King, they go through the wall. They didn't turn right to go to Castle Black.
No.
To go mess with Dolorous Ed and the rest of the Night's Watch that are left. They just went straight south. So they're just going to leave them behind, apparently. Maybe some whites go over. I don't know, but that's a long way.
Yeah, it is a long way.
So I don't imagine that's going to happen. So they're not necessarily. So that tells me, it kind of reinforces our idea that they're not going to a certain place. I mean, they are going to a certain place. They're not just there to go to every single little hold or castle and wipe everybody out. They're not worried
about being flanked by a small group.
Right.
They're not worried about that at all.
So that was one of my things was, just how they're going straight down south and maybe to the God's Eye like we talked about so much. Let's see. What do we have here? I saw a question. Really quick before I get to the next question. The next theory, or not theory, but prediction, I think... Thank you, Stephen. I think that Jaime. I don't think Jaime can make it.
I know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's heading north.
And...
He's heading. And what I was going to say about the sandwich was Jaime heads north, meets up with Jon and company. The Night King. That's I meant to finish that thought up. The Night King comes south, and instead of weaving in and out and wiping everybody out, they're going straight to. The God's Hour, whatever. But anyway, the point being that they're going to have to keep backtracking and falling back to the north.
The north will
they're going to try to make a stand
a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a stand there, and a lot of people think it's going to happen at Winterfell, and I'm sure that will be a major stand, but that's not where it's going to end.
And when they start retreating,
then Cersei's going to try to come up the rear, but that goes back to the Golden Company question.
The rear.
Bumhole. Will the Golden Company and the remaining Lannister army that didn't go with Jaime, will they even comply, knowing what's going on? Because Jaime's already kind of given them the orders.
Yeah.
They were planning out the march and everything. So will the Golden Company, or not the Golden Company, but will the Lannister soldiers listen to her, number one, and then will the Golden Company fight for her, knowing the stakes?
Joe Weaver says Jaime is killed by Arya. Do you see that going down that way? Yeah,
we talked about that in your video, right? So that was a thing where I think he goes north, and as far as the Jaime prediction I was trying to finish as well, I had two thoughts at once. Was he'll go north, they'll meet up at Winterfell, I'm sure, at some point. I guess I'm sure they'll have plenty of time with the time warp, everything in the show.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But it's like, okay, so they go up there, has a meeting with Bran. We get that meeting, that awkward, I'm sorry, Bran won't care. But if he happens to say something in front of Arya, Arya could potentially add him to the list right then and there.
Does Bran, you know how Bran said chaos is a ladder?
Yes.
Does he look at Jaime and say, the things I do for love?
Yeah. That would be cool.
That would
a
be
little
cool.
callback line. And I do think the other part of that little prediction was there will definitely be a conversation with Jaime and Jon alone, where they, it's the payoff for the handshake mocking of Jon.
Yes.
In season 1, where thank you for protecting us for the perils beyond the wall,
dude.
And essentially,
that
Jaime
would
is
be a good
going to be a
payoff
part of the
scene.
Night's Watch now. And essentially, even though there's not, I don't think there's going to be an official Night's Watch. So I think that's definitely going to happen. Hello, Eduardo. Hello. Let's see. Amanda has something. Thank you, Amanda. Tim, Effie commented on your last prediction video. Any thoughts on my prediction that Melisandre will come back with the flaming spear army, Red Woman for resurrecting and having Jon stab her in the heart?
Oh, I gotta quit beating that dead horse.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I do think Melisandre plays a role. I think they cut her short in season 7 because of her real life baby situation. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like to get her out of there. I'm gonna head back overseas for some reason. But I do think she will end up back in the north. We got trolled by Carice a little bit. She were on her Instagram, or I think it was her Twitter. She was using the old lady makeup.
Right.
Apparently from season 6, and saying best makeup artist in the world, and that type of thing.
And had everybody guessing some crazy stuff.
And yeah, right. So we were all speculating. Okay, she's going to pass Arya and meet her, but she's going to be in the old lady.
It made perfect sense.
It did. And so she wouldn't get killed necessarily. So, but I do think Melisandre plays a role. I think when she told us last season, I've been ready to die.
Yes.
I mean, she's old. She's tired, and she now thinks her job is done. She said, I brought together ice and fire. Technically, we know that's not true. I mean, she did in a way, but, so I think she does play a role. I would like to see that, where maybe there's a Melisandre bomb. You know what I mean? Like, she just a big fire explosion, and she wipes out somebody or a group of whatever it is. I do think she'll come back and play an actual role in the war, because it goes back to what I was saying before. In a previous season, when she was going to be at the Blackwater and Stannis said no, or Davos talked him into leaving her behind, she said, I could have saved those men. Well, what could she have done? So she is the Fire Queen.
And she can have some badass babies.
Yeah, you should have. Maybe a shadow baby comes into the whole, ending with the Night King or something. Who knows? How would that work?
That's my scene.
Yes, the shadow baby.
Making the shadow baby.
Exactly.
Not being the shadow baby.
You got to have Valyrian blood.
I'll take the leeches.
That's right. Oh man, you can leech me all damn day. But no, you got to have Target. You got to have not Targaryen, but Valyrian blood for that to work. All right, let's see. I think another super chat came in. Patrick, is that Gasol? Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
What's dead may never die, but rise again harder and stronger. Any possible connection between the Ironborn and the White Walkers / Whites? I wouldn't think so directly. Only because we know of we don't know the actual history. We know what the Maesters think is history through the World of Ice and Fire. And so the First Men, even though they were descendants of that, there's not, other than that, there's no direct connection that I would be aware of. If you're saying as far as the house words, I wouldn't think so. I think that pretty much correlates with what they do with their little ritual. They drown people and perform CPR in the books. They don't know what it is, but they're pushing on people's chest, and they come back, and so I wouldn't think there's a direct correlation, but you never know. I mean, there's a lot of cool. That's what's so cool about sigils and words, house words, because they can be hints to everything.
Yes.
For example, Quaithe warning Dany about the lion and the griffin. And the dark flame and all that stuff. He's okay, Lion, Lannister. You can kind of start pulling things from that. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm not too educated on Ironborn right now. I can't wait to get to them in the books.
Oh, and there's the Order 1814. Thank you, the Order. Another mod. I guess he's telling somebody he loves them. So appreciate you hanging out. Let's see what we got going on here. Fanon Ruff. Thank you, Fanon Ruff. Will we ever see the children again? I think so. I think so. I think they're at the God's Eye. There's no reason they would not be there. I know the show has not really touched on the God's Eye, but when I go back through this, they did mention it near Harrenhal. They were close. Kind of a mention, kind of a half-ass mention.
Right.
But if you got the Order of the Green Hand there, Green Men there, and so that has to be children related. There have to still be definitely the books for sure. They're not all just up north in Bloodraven's cave. In the show, they did make it seem like they wiped them out, like Leaf was the last one to give up her life to save Bran. But I think we will see them as far as the end game.
Hold it right there. Ezio Auditore. Do you think they will invest a major chunk of an episode next season into the Night King's backstory so we can find out his true motives?
Yes. Is that Ezio? Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That was the big thing we talked about in your video as well.
That's why I spotted that.
And then the season 8 thing, my preview video.
Chris basically says the way to end this, the worst possible ending, is not finding out the motives
of the White Walkers.
Right.
Exactly. And I did that video a long time ago about the worst ending would be Jon not finding out, but that was assuming we did find out about the Night King.
Exactly.
But yeah, the absolute worst would be him just coming, they come in, there's some battles, people die, they eventually kill him or whatever, but you never
think about this.
You never hear from him or whatever, however they communicate. You never find out through a vision, whatever, through Bran, why they come back. That would be horrible.
It would.
It would just be another show. It would be like almost a Lost ending, and we definitely don't want that. So yeah, that's a big thing. We have to find out what they want now, because we talked about in your video as well the dragon thing. Okay, we do think it was a dragon trap.
Absolutely.
There's no I think most people agree on that.
To get another dragon.
Yeah, but he could have set a dragon trap or did all this 150 years ago or 3,000 years ago or whatever. There were dragon riders all over the place. So, are we out again?
Oh, no.
An error occurred, or is that just on here? Are we good? Everybody still see us okay? Let me just refresh that page. No. I don't see us dropping frames. I think it might just be on our browser here. Hold on, guys, just refreshing the page. Cassie Blah, happy birthday. Oh, I saw that from
happy
Amanda.
Birthday.
Cassie Blah, happy birthday to Cassie. We're good? Okay, so it was just on our end. We just saw a little.
Good.
I'm telling you, we got all kinds of shit going on. All right, everybody's saying it's good. So it was on. It was just my browser just went to like error occurred. Sorry.
Yeah, look like.
Anthony says, "Where's Edmure Tully?" Yes, that was another big troll. He filmed scenes for season 7, unless he was just on set and they trolled us.
That's crazy.
So we after the first episode when Arya left, the twins, I was like, okay, maybe she didn't get him because I think Jaime had mentioned him to being transferred to Castle Rock. So then I was thinking, okay, well,
when Grey Worm goes,
when Grey Worm comes back. That he'll find out who they are. They know they're, trying to get with Team Jon or whatever, and they'll bring Edmure back. Didn't show up there either. So, I know he filmed scenes. The question is, did they film some Season 8 stuff early? Just a few little small minor things, because we had a Ghost scene cut. We know they filmed with Ghost. We had, Edmure filmed, and he wasn't in Season 7. So they shouldn't just cut him out. I was going to
say, would they cut? Yeah, I don't think so.
I wouldn't think they would cut. Now, he's not a major character, but you want to see him coming back and, taking over the Riverlands again or whatever, being a part of the fight, at least, you would think. So I wouldn't think they would just cut that off like that. So, Edmure's Ghost. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. Let's see here. Somebody said their Eagles won. Who did the Eagles play? I didn't even pay attention to the other schedules much. I'm just looking at NFC South losing. Atlanta barely won today. Barely. They got lucky. Chicago had them. But that's all right. The Panthers won. That's all that matters. Let's see here. Woman of the Internet, again, they could have filmed Season 8 scenes early to throw all spoilers. Yeah, they could have done a few things. They may do that on occasion. It would have to be small things since the scripts are not written. But if they have these, they do have big moments they know is going to happen. So... or little things that add up to it. So they could possibly have done something like that. There was a few things that made me think they did that, but I'm not sure. Oh, the Redskins. We got a bunch of Redskins fans around here still. Leftovers before the Panthers. Carol's mad because the Eagles won. She's a Redskins. That's right. She's out of Washington. Let's see here. Giants or Cowboys? No. No, not here.
Not here.
Lord.
Not up in here.
Yeah, I do like Green Bay. I like Green Bay. They did pull it out today.
Evidently, that Seahawks game in Green Bay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we caught the tail end of it here right after our game went off. Let's see here. Let me double check Streamlabs. And also really quick, guys, I don't know if you noticed in the little box up here, I just put a sub goal. So everybody please subscribe if you're here new and you're hanging out and you're not on YouTube with an account. Just create one really quick and subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. I just put a simple sub goal up there since there's no Con of Thrones or anything I'm going to. So I just put 1,000 for the month of September because it's going to... The off season, the channel goes straight down, and that's where we're at now. We're in this lull, and it's going to be like that for a damn year and a half. Okay, Kyle's talking about a hand job. Not sure what's going on there with Amanda. Thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn says there's a super chat. Thank you, Mike Bullard.
Thank you, brother.
Kit Harington said he filmed 3 fake scenes in season 7. Was that BS or does it correlate to the Winds of Winter leaks that didn't materialize? I think that's bullshit. I don't, with the money they have to go through and the little things they cut because of money, like the ghost scene.
Right.
They don't have time.
They would go that far.
They don't have time to film fake scenes. Now, do they have like actors that visit and come on and they say, "Hey, throw this dress on and wave at the cameras out here"?
Oh,
yes, yeah. Absolutely. They did that with Tyrion's ex last year. Shay, she was on set and she had on this dress in Marine and she waved at the photographers. And we're like, what the hell is Shay doing in Marine? She's dead.
That's crazy.
Val and I from McCall's Geek were talking about, well, maybe she, in our predictions for season 6, was like, maybe she it's a Red Priest fucking with Tyrion. It's like Kinvara, like making
that's
her,
a good guess,
glamoring her and fucking with Tyrion, trying to. But no, it was just a troll. So I don't actually believe they do that. I don't think they film whole scenes. Let's see. We got Marco Minko, Smokescreen.
Stephen Hart.
Do you guys think Dawn's sword will come into play next season? The show, I don't. A lot
of people asking that.
I don't really think in the show. Dawn may be important in the books in the end game because it is made from a star, fallen star type thing. It's very similar to Valyrian steel. So I can see that playing a role in the books. I don't think so in the show. I think you got Dawn in the show to be your bleeding star for Jon's birth because it was bloody and he leaned against the bed, and they made sure you saw that, when Ned leaned Dawn against the bed.
HD wants to know, do you think Dany and Jon make it to the end?
Oh man, I'm starting to think that that if the Night King has to go, assuming there's not some kind of, and I'm starting to lean away from this. I don't know if there is a repeat of history as far as a pact.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think he does go, the Night King. So with that said, if Ice has to go, it kind of goes back to the previous question about Starks and Targaryens. I almost think that the childbirth thing, whether it's her in childbirth, Dany, or just getting killed, in battle and, and riding Drogon or something, I almost think Dany has to go. And I don't know in that. I don't know about Jon yet. I'm still iffy on Jon. I know a lot of people speculated that Jon and Dany will have this kid, and that they both end up killed in the battle, or maybe she dies during childbirth and he gets killed in battle, whatever. And then somebody's raising that kid and telling them stories about their parents down the road. I could see something like that actually, but I'm not 100% on Jon yet. I'm 50-50 on Dany. I don't know. I'm just with the symmetry thing, but it doesn't have to be perfect.
I'd like to ask you a question.
No. Anyway, no.
Dany, if you were trying to pinpoint a weakness in Dany, would the biggest weakness be if her other 2 dragons die, people stop following her?
It could be, but I wouldn't think so. Once they kind of harped on this a little bit this season. Once they get to know her and what she believes in as an abolitionist, as a real force for change, because she wants to break the wheel, and that, what does she really mean by that, and that's why Tyrion believes in her so much. So I think that she still would be without dragons.
As powerful.
But I mean, assuming that they win this war, we're talking about pre-war or post, you know what I mean? Because if she saves the kingdom,
I'm talking pre-war, like
Yeah,
as it stands right now.
if she would lose
right
him
out
right
the gate,
now, but it's like, okay, now pretty much all of Westeros knows what they're doing. They know that they're battling for this for the dawn.
Cersei's been informed and everything.
Right, so she's helping to do that. So if she goes to help to save the world, they'll follow her regardless.
If she sacrifices her own
Exactly.
children, basically,
Which she's already done one.
They'll
Exactly.
say, okay, yeah, she's the real deal.
Exactly. So we'll see. The Order 18, thank you. 1814, thank you from is that Michalith or Macleith? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Q&A: Once Winterfell is destroyed, where will the survivors retreat to? The God's Eye. Yeah, I think that the idea we had was, they come down. There will be some kind of stand at Winterfell. They've kind of foreshadowed that a little bit with with Sansa running around, ordering people to make sure there's
get
enough
supplies
and armor. So I think they'll try to use Winterfell as as kind of the last stand or a big stand or whatever. But I don't think it's going to work. I think they'll have to keep retreating, and they'll see that in other words, the Night King's not targeting Winterfell. He may stop there and battle. I'm sure there'll be a battle there, and Winterfell may fall. But the Night King's trying to get past Winterfell, so he's going to go through anything that's in his way, if it's following the theory we have.
Right.
So I think that's, and again, it goes back to the previous question about the Night King. We have to find his motives, and his motives can't just be to go, just wipe everything out to be a nice, snowy world forever. It makes no sense. What would he gain by that other than revenge?
Exactly.
So we
Gains
have to
nothing.
find out that he's and even though he's an evil bastard and he's done evil things, he has to have a reason for that. To try to justify his behavior, his bad behavior.
Naughty.
Exactly. Let's see. Azim Abdul Khalil, I think. Thank you. Do you think Jaime's whole season 5 philosophy, we don't choose whom we love, will play a role in mending Jon and Dany's romantic relationship? Yeah, that's a good question. I do think that the whole twin cess prepared us for that.
It did.
And if you think about brother and sister, how, that is, aunt and uncle's not so bad. But that's going to be a conflict. I mean, they're going to find out, obviously, after it's done. They've already had their first round in the boat. Going to be a child from that, I'm sure. And so, anyway, I think that will be. I think at some point that may be part of the bittersweet thing. What do they do when they find out? Now, it used to be like, for example, Dany, though, she expected to marry Viserys.
That's right.
So
for Dany, it's not going to be.
Yeah, she completely expected that before in season 1 and obviously early on in the books. So it will be odd, but she had thought that was going to happen anyway, so it may be a little easier for her. But Jon's going to be like, what the? First of all, he's got to deal with Ned not being his father. He's not going to take it well at first. It's not going to be an easy oh, cool, shit, sweet, I'm a prince. And my name is Aegon. So, yeah, I think they kind of set us up for that with that. Let's see here. Dan Bruton. Chris, what is the name of your colleague's channel? My colleague is Dust on the Throne.
Yes, it is.
So this is James, if you didn't know, if you're new here. And he does Q&As here with me and live streams, but he has his own channel. Well, 2 channels, but he hasn't done the sports thing in a while.
Right.
But yeah, he is Dust on the Throne.
And I'm only a year into this whole thing, Dan. So when you go over there, you'll see I'm basically starting to read the books. And
yes, and he's starting to do book stuff now. I think 2 or 3 chapters at a time. Kind of recaps and like highlighting some really cool, interesting things. And then also we have a video that he just rendered tonight before we got started on this, and it's essentially. Season 7 wrap up, right? I believe. I'm trying to remember when we recorded that. Yes.
Recap
Plus some predictions.
Season 8 predictions.
And I was on that one, so I'll be on there as well. Let's see. What am I missing?
A woman on the internet says, "LOL, James looked so pleased with himself at that title."
Yes. It made sense. Let's see. I saw a question I had. I see yours, Roger. I'll get that in just a second. I just saw. Nikki. Oh, so Nikki said, "Poor John's going to need Xanax after he's gone. Oh, he's gone through mentally in season 8. Hopefully, have a Walgreens in Westeros. Yeah, he's going to have a tough time. He might turn to milk of the poppy and not even need it." Samuel Jones says, the backstory on the Night King will be underwhelming. Only 6 episodes to make him interesting. Impossible. I don't think it's impossible. I think if the twist is big enough and you find out who he is, Proto Stark, and if you find out, more importantly, what he wants, and that's a huge revelation twist and nobody saw coming, I think that could be really damn good. So it doesn't take but one. It really doesn't take but one conversation or a flashback of Bran's to really give us that. So
that's true.
I mean, we've seen how powerful he is. It's not like we need to see a bunch of battles and him just straight die. We got to find that out, for sure. Let's see. Roger Pitts. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you.
Also, I see yours, Corey, as well, and Mike. So there was a couple popped in here. I'm sorry.
How we doggone?
Let me get Roger since I said it. Thank you, Roger. How about this? Jon and Dany's baby is Lightbringer. Dany dies giving birth to him. Also, could Arya be the Valonqar? Yeah, a lot of people have speculated that, and this is where it kind of goes back to what I've been saying for years now on this channel. Is I think, again, Lightbringer. I've said it's not a literal sword. I think it is a person in a sense, but it could also be multiple people, just like Azor Ahai.
Right.
It just like the prince that was promised. It's not one savior, Jesus Christ figure that does everything. Now, Jon is that in the sense of the conciliator. But it's also Dany. It's also, so that could parallel the Nissa thing where Dany does die in a sense, and Jon plunged his sword into you could, because seriously, I know it sounds like a joke, but George R. R. Martin writes that way, honestly. So it really could be so something like that. But the dragons themselves could also be Lightbringer. They were called flaming swords in the books, for example.
Right.
Dany and also about Arya. I don't like the idea of Arya being a Valonqar.
I'm sorry, Roger, if you like that idea. I personally don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either, because it literally needs to be Jaime for it to make any sense, for it to really be complete, for that thread to be wrapped up properly.
Yeah, not Arya with
not a
Jaime's
fake Jaime, right? Not an Arya Jaime face. It just has to be him, otherwise, because Arya just, it's like, it would be like some random Stark guy, during a battle against the Lannisters. That's, for example, if it's not going to happen, but let's say Dany and Jon attack King's Landing.
Okay.
And they go in, and Cersei's, in the Red Keep, and they finally get to Cersei. They break through the walls, they defeat the army, and some random Stark guy just stabs Cersei in the stomach, what or the chest or the face. It's like you just spent 3 seconds together.
I like that.
That makes no sense at all, and that's basically how much time Arya has spent with Cersei. So now she's on the list, but that's because she just hates her. They spent what? I don't know, 10 minutes together in Winterfell? I don't know, something like that. But not even that much screen time. Let's see here. Where was it? We had a few other super chats come in. Damn.
How did they
How did that happen? Oh, maybe our refresh.
Or while you had it paused, they might have been, and then you went live.
It might have been. We also had a refresh issue there with the page. Let's see. Okay, so there was. We got Patrick's. And then Mike's. Okay,
yep.
So Yvonne Hawkins. Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you.
What's up, C&J?
Not much. YH.
C&J Video Company. Damn, where the hell did that come from? Sorry, I'm tired. Do y'all think we'll ever see Mel do any glamoring again, like in the books, aside from the full frontal old lady nudity? In the show, I would think that's what we would see, would be the lack of glamoring, to look just like her actual self. Because Mel is glamored all the time. So I think in the show, at least, that's all we would see.
I see, yeah.
So I do think that will come back into play. Now, we just thought it was going to be in Season 7. Mm-hmm. But she trolled us. So I do think that will actually happen. Maybe to get back to the north, to talk to Jon, and then to say, look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go kill myself, but I'm going to help save the world. This is my job. This is what I was told to do. Maybe she does go back and meet Ken Vara. I don't know if we'll see that, but I don't think we'll see Essos again. But yeah, as far as any other glamoring, I don't think we would in the show. Let's see. Mike Bullard, Dany Targaryen 2020 Freedom Party. There we go. Yes, can we get a decent candidate? I'll vote for that. Let's see. Jason Weeks, Warden of the North. Thank you, Jason.
Brother.
I'm on book 3, Dane Knights Jaime. Could Jaime have past information that could help the war? I wouldn't think so. Anything specific. But I do think we did mention this on your video. Was it your video? I keep forgetting what we recorded.
Yeah, it was a ton.
Yeah,
it's very
but
possible.
yeah, we will see. Just to play off your question a little bit, I don't think that specifically, but we will see. This was another prediction I was going to bring up, and I said this in my in his video. Mm-hmm. We will see somebody write in that white book.
Yes.
For Jaime.
And you were like, it can't be Jaime.
No, Jaime can't do it himself. He can't. It has to be the Lord Commander of the King's Guard or Queen's Guard, for that matter. So it can't be Jaime. Cersei's not going to survive, and she wouldn't do it anyway.
No way.
As far as having somebody do it, write Jaime's deeds down.
No.
So somebody is going to write down his deeds, because they don't show that scene without a follow-up scene saying, all right, here's where. It's only one paragraph, but it's more important than any other of these paragraphs combined with all these great knights of the history.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he's going to do something big. I will say that.
You want to take a guess?
Guess at what he's going to do?
Who's writing it?
Oh, who's writing it? I would say Tyrion. I would say Tyrion, his brother.
Yep.
And so if you follow that logic, then Team Tyrion Dany does win at some point, but will the system change is the question, which I think it will. Let's see. Mike Harris, thank you, Mike. If Tormund and Jaime both make it back to Winterfell, and there will be tension over Tormund's girl. Also, Melisandre might not be with the Golden Company. Yeah, that's a good point. She could come back with the Golden Company, and maybe she does. Like was it Yvonne asking earlier? Maybe she has to use the glamour to get back and just hitch a ride on Euron's boats.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
She wants to lead.
Life. I'll see. Where was I at here? Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, the Tormund Jaime thing. I don't ever see Jaime professing his love to Brienne. I don't see Brienne professing it to Jaime. Now, I could see that in a death scene, but not while they're both alive and proud. And we'll see. I mean, I would like to see it.
I'm rooting for it.
Yeah, I would pull for it, because now that Jaime's finally had enough of Cersei, I would like to see that for sure. But I don't. I think that's too good. It's too fan. I don't know. They do a lot of fan service. We could see
let's see. Jason Weeks, Warden of the North, says, "Dust on the Throne. You may have missed my question." Thought we got that.
I think we got that one. Did that just come in, or is that just?
Yeah, mine's a lot.
Okay. Well, I'll double check.
I don't know. Let me see. There is a timestamp on it. 11:25.
Okay, we just got that like 5 minutes ago or less.
Yeah, yep, that's right. Sure is.
Jason, if you have another one, make sure
you might have went to the bathroom, Jason.
Make sure we're good. We did talk about the one we asked about the Danes, or when Dane Knights Jaime, could he have past information on the Help to War? Let's see. Corey Ryson, thank you, Corey. Night King just wants Dornish wine, obviously. Yeah, wouldn't it be insane?
That's funny as hell.
If he just goes down there and then stops at some wine vendor and gets some fine Dornish red and just starts guzzling that shit, and then throws the bottle down, it shatters, and then turns around.
Like the Forrest Gump moment when he quit running.
Exactly. I think I'll go home now. So it could be that simple. Wouldn't it be that simple? Oh, Lord. So we got Rogers there, and another from Corey. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
No worries, guys. Love you. Had so much fun this season. I work at a bar and close every Sunday. Randomly, not some. So I'm here now, but that was with y'all. Thanks. Okay, I'm not sure. What am I missing? Did I miss it?
Guys, love you. Had so much fun this season. I work at a bar and close every Sunday. Randomly, not some. So I'm here now.
So I'm here now. Oh, maybe he's off and on or something. Not sure. Anyway, thank you, Corey. Let's see. Skater Josh 09. Will the Five Forks come back up in the last book? The books they made because it seemed to be a global thing. Obviously, we've never seen that in the show, but it's odd how they didn't address. I mean, you had it was odd to me how they didn't put the prophecy stuff that in Essos in the show. Like, this is just a Westerosi event. Like, it doesn't affect Essos at all when it should. It's indicated that it had in the past because that's where all the stories come from. That's where the Azor Ahai prophecy comes from. Everything comes from there, and then of course the last hero is a Westerosi thing, but a lot of us think it's the same tale of a different character essentially. But then again, there are some parallels with Bran heading up north with his companions and a dog and all that stuff. So yeah, I think the Five Forks will come up in the books for sure, and we'll get an answer on what the original Long Night looked like worldwide, and where the prophecies came from. So not in the show for sure though. Aaron Hadbig, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris and James. Y'all are great. Hashtag Proto Stark. So drink up.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. Carol Brown. Carol, I know she owes me like 15 slaps.
I know,
face
man.
slaps. Thank you, Carol.
DC ain't that far, girl.
That's right. Greetings, my lords, Grandmaster Smoke, and the Furious James. The Furious, you get a new name every week.
Damn.
Fight White Viserion versus Drogon as Dance the Dragons 2.0. That's for damn sure coming, Carol. Absolutely. There will be a dragon fight, and the question is, does that go down with somebody like Dany riding the dragon, like old Targaryen style? Or is that a Bran warging a dragon? Or is that like Rhaegal by himself?
Yeah.
Or do we get Johnny Boy on the back of Rhaegal and the Night King? Bang. And
If you had to guess.
I would guess based off the fact that they had the stare down, there's a connection there. He's a Proto Stark and the hard home thing, and they found out that he's got Valyrian steel, that it would be Johnny.
I do too.
So I think we see Johnny against the Night King on the back of dragons. And like Carol says, we got a Field of Fire 2.0, and now we're going to have a Dance of Dragons 2.0. Absolutely.
Grandmaster Smoking a Furious James.
Yeah, the Furious. James the Furious. I like that. Kai of Winterfell. Thank you, Kai. Just popped in to say hi, guys. I've been MIA. Thank you, Kai.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you, Kai.
that. We've been MIA too. So
Yes,
for a
we
couple
have.
weeks. I mean, I put out some videos, but as far as live streams, but we definitely want to get back to hanging out with you guys. And HD, thank you. I don't see a question there though. HD, I don't know if
We answered HD's question. Maybe he's
Oh, okay, that's
or
right. we
he or
did.
she. Sorry, is
All
saying,
right.
Thank you.
Let me go back. Okay, live here. What is going on with my browser? Everything's still okay. I think we're.
Somebody said your shirt means they do shots that they can't read it anymore. That's Kyle Dubs.
There you go. Good idea, Kyle.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, if you can see it, I don't know. It's I don't know if you can see it with our weird camera angles here, but yeah,
Take
that's
shots
it.
that
Take
you can't
shots.
read
So you
it
can't
anymore.
read the damn shirt anymore. Amanda Kane, thank you. Amanda has a question from Lady Dragon. Q&A Smokescreen, do you think Euron will treat Yara the way he treated the damp hair in the books? Absolutely. That's what I said before. I think she will. I mean, the Forsaken chapter, that's the released Winds of Winter chapter, that's kind of the way I think they'll use that material in the books. Yara will be, I don't know if he'll remove her tongue or whatever.
Please
I could
don't.
see that because they did remove Theon's man parts, so I could see something similar with Yara.
Mm-hmm.
And she does survive it, but she's like mute.
Please don't.
But
do
I
that.
hope not. But I do think that she will be in the silence, chained up, and whether she's given the what nightshade essence of nightshade or whatever shade of the evening. I'm sorry, the wine that makes your lips blue and all that. I don't think they'll put that in the show, but I do think it'll be similar to the damp hair chapter. I think that's going to happen for sure.
How about Matthew Mayhem's right there?
Yeah.
That's a question totally for you.
Let's see, Matthew Mayhem. Are Valyrian steel made from the fires of Mount Doom by orcs? Yes, absolutely. That ties right in. It's a Lord of the Rings.
Shit. Okay, I haven't ever seen any of the
Yes.
Lord of the Rings. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, I
I
think
was like,
so.
that must be some
Matthew.
book shit.
Yeah. Hey, he pulled a lot of stuff. It's not too far off, actually, because he pulled so much from Tolkien. So yeah, absolutely. All right. We've been going an hour now. You guys still want to hang out? We can't stream all night because you have to work, right? I think you have to get up
Gotta
early.
be in early.
So I'll tell you what. We'll let me double check Streamlabs just in case. We got
Dude,
browsers.
I fall for all the damn trolling questions. Oh, read this one. Read this one.
Area warging.
There's shit I don't recognize in there, so this is for you.
We'll never forget area warging too. Let's see. Let me double check. Where am I at here? What is going on with this damn browser? Let's see. What's today's date? The 10th? Yes. Okay. Fan on Rough. Thank you. I don't see a question there, but we got her super chat for sure. So thank you, Fan.
Thanks.
Rakan, I believe, or Rakan. Do you think Jon reveal his parentage publicly? Why wouldn't if he wasn't interested in the Iron Throne? I think it will be revealed publicly. Because you're going to have the little thing where Targaryens are crazy. We saw the Royce thing. Targaryens can't be trusted.
Right.
So when Dany goes north to Winterfell and he's trying to convince them, and then he finds out with Bran and Sam or whatever, eventually he's going to have to say, look, here's the damn truth. I'm a Targaryen and you elected me king in the north. So names don't matter. So that's where that has to be public, I think. But at first he won't. He won't until he needs to. Lydia Quinn, thank you, Lydia. You guys are the best. Thanks for doing these videos. I know you mentioned the number 13 in the past. Do you think there will be 13 superhero warriors coming together to fight the dead, including Jon and Jaime? If so, could they be Azor Ahai?
I was over here writing a list earlier.
That's a good thought.
Thinking the same thing.
I think we kind of saw that, well, we had 13 and then 12 and it got whittled down north of the wall. So I don't know about the exact number 13. We've thought about, of course, the number 7 with the faith of the 7, but we were thinking that more along the lines of
who's left over.
Who's left over, kind of the rebuild type thing. Because, you know, the mother, the maiden, the crone, the smith, the warrior, all those are kind of what you need to rebuild a society in a way. So you got to have some of those players that kind of tie into the faith as far as at least their God figures or faces of God. All right, so yeah, let's do that. Let's Tanya, I see your. Let me get Tanya's real quick just to make sure. Thank you,
Thank
Tanya
you so
Court.
much.
Not a Q&A, but a request for the all season. Can we do a book club read of the books?
I'm working on it, Tanya, but you know,
He is.
see what he wants to do.
Yeah, we may do something like that though. Maybe we can do something maybe a little twist on things and pull out, you know, certain little things and see what they clue us in on. We'll think about something like that for sure, but definitely get back to the foreshadowing stuff, and there'll still be more filming news coming. So also some other shows potentially, you know, maybe Stranger Things, and
I'm excited.
You got
about
stuff like that coming as well. So it's going to be a while. So we'll have a lot of stuff to do for sure. So we'll definitely think about it. All right, so let's take a quick stretcher, and I guess you guys still want to hang out. We have 800 people almost.
That'd be cool.
So if you guys want to hang out longer, we'll take a quick little break and then come back and answer
Do
more
another
questions.
hour.
Yep. Everybody good with that? Everybody still good? I know it's 11:35 on a Sunday.
I know it's late.
Yeah, here we go. You're gonna open up the can of worms.
You
Get
say so many
James
things that
singing.
remind me of stuff.
Oh Lord. All right. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right. Hold on, Carol. I'll pause it right there and grab that from Alex when we get back. So, all right, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
All right. Yes, Doc, by the way, I just saw your comment. Got to make James watch Lord of the Rings now.
Yeah, no joke.
So you can get all these references.
Hey, I fought Game of Thrones kicking and screaming.
Let's see. The Pikachu, have a great night. Glad the stream went well, even though it started off slow. The episode for each chapter would be a great idea, and I would love to see you guys going through the book myself. Peace out. Thank you, Pikachu, and have a good one. Also, who was it that just said they needed more proto-Starks because they were in Atlanta and the hurricane was about to bear down there?
Oh, man. I don't even know where the hurricane's at right now.
Yeah, I looked earlier. I got to refresh this damn page again. I apologize. I don't know why this browser's fucking up. So, Proto-Stark. Let me refresh this page. Sorry, guys. I saw some super chats pop in, too.
Did it get hot in here?
It did.
Did you mind if I...
No, bump it. It feels good outside. Shots. Hoonjive. There's Hoonjive. All right. There we go. All right, so we got 592 watching, 440 likes, and we were at 800 earlier.
Yes, we were.
That's pretty close to well, that was where we were before the season. So
right before the season.
I don't expect
started.
a lot of people on here for off-season stuff and looking for Game of Thrones.
Not on week one of the NFL. I can see that.
True. Amanda, are you playing Friday 13th and Dead by Daylight soon, Chris? Actually, I just started playing some Dead by Daylight again yesterday. And played a couple games. I've been demoted. I hadn't played in so long with all the updates. So, yes, I will be, actually. I'm going to do a little more stuff on the vlog channel and the gaming channel in the off-season, too.
We got some cool stuff coming for you.
Yeah, I do enjoy the vlog stuff. And I just put out that little photography video just for fun the other night.
We missed a good opportunity to film today. We really did. That would have been fun.
Our
whole cooking episode.
Yes, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the vlog channel where I make fun of cooking shows on occasion, which I hadn't done that in a while. I know people are requesting that again. But today we did real cooking. We
whipped together something good and really quick.
Yeah, if y'all watch football, you get wings and pizza and that type of thing. We whipped up wings with ourselves. We grilled the wings,
then buffaloed them,
mix up the original buffalo sauce, and they were good as hell.
It was amazing.
I'm telling you, we could have added Parmesan, cheese on some, and had all kinds of shit. So that was fun. We should have recorded that for real, because we did some real cooking today. Let's see. And James, you had a question. The J Scar had grabbed for you. I don't know where it is now. Maybe it was stuck on my phone, but I think it related to Dany. And something. Let me see. Can I? I don't think I paused it. It was about Dany being pregnant or something like that. I can't remember. If you can find that again, J Scar or somebody, we'll answer that. Let's see.
As soon as I see a question's for me only, I can feel myself blushing. It just starts low.
Why?
Because I know I'll suck.
Oh, bullshit. Let's see. Frodo Doodle, there he is. Q&A with all of Melisandre's talk of being filled with fire. Could she maybe take on the role of Nisa? Yeah, I mean I've heard that before too, and I like the idea. But I actually got a message from somebody on Amino today, or just earlier, that I just now saw, and it kind of follows my idea about the whole Nisa thing being the recipe for Valyrian steel. That
I believe that.
She said, let me find that just to give her credit, if I can. I think it's right here in my little chat thingies. But I just saw it a few minutes ago, so I don't know how long it's been sitting there. Bianca from Bianca Mendez, that she has a theory that the flaming sword of Azor Ahai is nothing but the first ever Valyrian steel sword. I like
that.
I like it. I think, but the timing's not necessarily right. But then again, is the timing, is the history correct?
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of follows my idea about Valyrian steel being the actual recipe. Fire and blood to make it. Let's see. Okay, here's J Scar's question, or from J Star grabbed from Riley Winsner. If Dany's pregnant, does Jon have to decide to marry her or bring a bastard into the world? Referencing to what Jon says to Sam. Remember, we talked about that.
Marry her.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I think he's him saying that. I don't want to have another kid running around named Snow. I think at some point he has to accept this. So I do. Now, at least they'll plan that.
That's what I was going to say. This could drag out.
Yeah. Well, it depends on, they have to be married before the child. is born or conceived, whichever. I don't know. So will they have time for that? Will they plan it? Maybe. Will it have time for it to actually happen? I don't know.
Let's run down to the crypts and do this really quick.
Yeah, I mean they can go to the wood, but they can go to the Godswood and Winterfell in instant. Boom, it's done.
Because my thing is, like we talked about, maybe on some videos recently.
we're recording so much shit.
You know how I asked you what happens first? You know, Jon finding out or the White Walkers making it to Winterfell. You know,
Yes.
and that's what I'm saying. I could see with stuff bearing down. I don't know. They could run the room or run down the crypts.
I do think that they'll get there first before they have to have time to have that conversation with the lords, with Dany involved, and why is she here? Why are you bending the knee like Torrhen Stark did? Blah blah blah. So they got to have that conversation, I'd imagine, before the Night King shows up and ruins the party. So
he could be scouting on the dragon.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think the army makes it there.
Yeah, the army's certainly going to be slower, but they can run when they want to. We saw that at Hardhome.
I hate that
when
too.
they're commanded to or whatever. Let's see. Tanya, we just talked about the book club thing. So yeah, I'll look into think about that. I saw other people mention that as well. Something along those lines where you guys read the same chapter and then we'll do a video that week or a live stream talking about it or something maybe. We'll look into that for sure. Jeffrey Starlin, thank you, Jeffrey, for the super chat.
Thank you.
Q&A, Cleganebowl, do you think the mountain is similar to a white where he would take Dragonglass to kill him when he and the Hound fight? And love to Florida and Texas. Absolutely.
Yes.
Everybody, I hope, is safe and sound and got the hell up out of there, hopefully. But, I
don't think it's going to take Dragonglass per se. I like the way we've been talking about fire.
Yeah, it does make sense if he somehow falls under the magic of the Night King now that it can get south beyond the wall. So that's a possibility. That is a good possibility, but I still think it's relating to fire and the Hound tied into that. Now, whether Cleganebowl actually happens, I know a lot of people are hyped for that, and I am too. I mean, I would love to see that, but
I just would rather have him be alive if Cleganebowl's going to happen.
That's true. But I'm not 100% sure that it will. The way he said that in the third person was odd to me. Like, you know what's coming for you. You've always known. Now, it could mean that I'm going to get revenge on you for what you did to me when I was a kid, but it ties into the fire thing, so I still think it's by fire.
I do too.
But it's a good possibility depending on how that works with how he was brought back from the dead with science or something, I guess. With Qyburn and his science and his blood transfusion with blue shit. We'll see how that works.
Science.
Good idea, though. Let's see. Mazuma, thank you.
Thank you.
I like that odd amount. Hola, CJ.
Hola.
Did you discuss the foreshadowing main character's death? Sansa, Jaime, Brienne, Bronn, or who we think will survive and why? # Proto Stark. We've talked about as far as the Starks go, Sansa being in this list, how their, in my opinion, direwolf names kind of foreshadowed their fates in a way. So I think Sansa may make it in that sense. She's already Lady of Winterfell. Kind of goes back to Jon maybe being killed at some point. Mm-hmm. She is going to stay in the north where Dany's in the south if she survives or whatever, how that works. But again, I think the system changes. Jaime, I still think he's the Valonqar. Now, the show, they don't necessarily have to do that. We got to keep that in mind. They didn't include the Valonqar in the show.
Right.
So technically, it could be anybody and not really matter to the books. So it's hard to say with Jaime because I've always thought about Jaime going out with her because they were brought into the world together. They kind of foreshadowed that. Bronn, I'm not sure. I think the way I see Bronn would be, him, like they kind of showed in, the Field of Fire 2.0 this season, kind of giving up the sellsword things because he actually cares about Jaime and Tyrion. He saved Jaime's life. So maybe Bronn goes out in that sense instead of serving himself type of thing.
I think I've asked you this, whether it be on camera or off. Do you think that now that Jaime has left, he discusses maybe with Tyrion, hey man, if Dany wins, will you help give Bronn something I've promised him?
Oh yeah, that will be cool. Yeah, getting what I've owed and all this stuff about getting paid in the right castle and a bigger castle.
And Tyrion likes Bronn, and I can see that.
And it goes back to I can see that too, and it goes back to the mountain clans and the Vale. People have asked that. I think it's time for new Lords of the Vale. So maybe at the very end there are some of those things left that Tyrion goes and fulfills those promises, because the Lannister always pays his debts.
Always.
So very good possibility. Let's see, Jason Kane. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Nightbot equals Night King. Exactly.
Yes,
what's in the box? There we go. Why is prophecy considered factual by so many when clearly they did not happen as people thought? Yeah, and as a matter of fact, Maester Marwyn in the book says that to Sam. Prophecy is a bitch. So it's exactly right. I mean, it's a tricky thing. Is it? Is Cersei fulfilling the Maggie the Frog prophecy herself by knowing about it and then making decisions based on it, or is it something actually happening? So we'll see. I think that's kind of part of maybe the twist at the end, where this whole thing's not exactly as we're supposed to. This savior does something with a magical sword and saves the world. It's going to be something different about that.
When people, know prophecy, they can't help but be affected by it and try to live it out.
And that's the thing. That's why Jon's important, not only in the sense of being ice and fire, but he don't care. Maybe he's heard about some tales, but we don't know that he's been told about any specific prophecy.
True. He
doesn't know he's fulfilling this Azor Ahai reborn thing,
which makes it
actually
awesome.
Work. Yeah. Let's see. Is Nightbot being a dick? At least he says some Game of Thrones related stuff now. Let's see. Mike Bullard. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
3 more episodes could have given us more Rhaegar Lyanna, Harrenhal. Yep. Euron, Yara, harder.
Yes.
Jorah Cure. Yep, I agree with the
harder Jorah Cure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, just some damn Neosporin. It was done. White Harbor, Fagon, trip to Eastwatch. Sarah, what else did we lose for a budget expedience? There's so much stuff, man. God, there's just too much to name. That's a good start, though. I think the Fagon thing, at least, just to pick one. If you have, it's just more complicated for the show. If you have 2 Targaryens or 1 Blackfire, probably come over to try to take back over. There's already going to be. There's just too much going on for the TV show, I guess. So, but yeah, when they cut things like the ghost scene, that would have been a 30-second shot to put in. I mentioned before, as just an example, Bronn and Pod walking off in the dragon pit just to go have a drink. That's 10 seconds of screen time that could have been Ghost, or could have been something completely different, or more Bran.
They cut Bran talking to
yes. To Sansa.
Arya?
Sansa. Telling Sansa, because
out in the hall or something.
Sansa goes out to him at the Werewood, I believe, and this should all be on the DVDs, I'm assuming.
I can't wait.
Goes out to see Bran at the Werewood, and he fills her in on all this Littlefinger stuff.
Okay.
So to give her the idea, okay, yeah, he's betrayed us for real. So they did a little hint of that, I guess, when he says the line, I told you never not to trust me.
That's what I missed. I needed more Bran in season 7.
Absolutely.
I totally did.
Yep. Carol Brown again.
Carol.
King James, first of his name, soft a beard of House Tie-Dye. Is that a romper you are wearing?
You can't get Not yet, Carol. I'm working on the romper. I am.
Oh, Lord. I'm telling you when it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I am. Double layered tie-dye tonight.
Oh, damn. You got the double. Oh, that's right. You got the wife. Well, no, it was not a wife beater, is it? Let's see. Aaron Hadbig. What Carol Brown said.
Thank
you, Aaron. What the heck? They're putting you in a corner,
funny, man.
Let's see. And Zosa Page J. Thank you, Zosa. Q&A, thanks for the live show. What if Jon is Lightbringer, but Jon was supposed to be given the Night King as a baby like Craster, given to the Night King? That's interesting, like the Pact of Ice and Fire in the old days that was supposed to happen and never did.
Hey now.
But during the Dance of Dragons, or after the Dance of Dragons, it never happened. I think that ties into what we said about the endgame, why they're reacting, why they're coming back now, because that did happen. So that wasn't supposed to happen for whatever reason.
Right.
But I never thought about Jon being given up to...
Not Jon necessarily. I think, are they meaning the first...
the first Ice and Fire baby
was promised
maybe,
years ago.
Maybe, but the question is not just that, but if that's the case, then why? That's still what we got to know. Why would that baby, what would it do for the Night King? Mm-hmm. You know, what would he accomplish by... would he change different? Would he be something else? Why would he need that child? I think those are the answers we have to get. Again, going back to what his end game is, what his role is. Let me double check Streamlabs and we'll get back to regular questions. Let's see. Allison, thank you, Allison.
Thank you so much.
I do not see a question though, so just to let you know, I'm not sure if you meant to have one there, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Here's Carol's got one from Fractured. James, get those knees out of the horde of slavering fans. Is that what I'm reading that right?
Get those knees out for the horde of slavering fans. Get my knees out. Oh, and the rompa.
Oh, and the rompa. Yeah, the rompa.
I will work on that, damn it.
Oh, God.
We'll do a whole video on me making the thing and then wearing it.
Lord have mercy. A tie-dye rompa. Oh, Lord. Let's see.
When you do your hair reveal, I'll be wearing a rompa.
There you go. Yeah, do it then. Make it fair.
That's right.
Got to work for it. Let's see this sub go. Is this sub box working? 35? It was at 35 when we started. Nobody's subbing to the channel. I don't know. Maybe it's not working. It's I don't know. Maybe, let me check something real quick. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, I just had a sub goal up there. So yeah, please subscribe and share stuff. Let's see. Allison Jewell says maybe the Hound will use Thoros' sword to fight the mountain, fire and magic. Yeah, that's a possibility. He'll light his sword on fire. I've actually thought about that since we kind of stared at it a little bit more in this episode, Beyond the Wall, episode 6.
He's still freaky around fire.
Yeah, but will he learn that because in the show, apparently Thoros and Beric use their blood. In the books, they use wildfire. So will the Hound have blood magic that can light it like a lightsaber?
Right.
Where he slides his hand and cuts it a little
his
bit.
hand.
That's what Thoros and Beric did. So that would be kind of cool if he realized that he could do that the entire time.
Oh, hell
and
yes.
for whatever reason, he's chosen by R'hllor, if you believe there's gods in the story. Let's see here. Samuel Jonas Altuna says, will Euron and the Dragon Binder happen or not enough time? Yeah, not enough time. And the reason I say that is because that should have been the reason he won the King's Moot, just like the books. The ships was kind of a plot device. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to use my fleet to go get Dany. And that's why in the books he won the King's Moot, because he had this damn horn.
Right.
And saw everybody shit themselves when he had somebody blow it and this guy died from the inside, burned up from the inside out. And he promises them the world because he's going to get the Dragon Queen and steal her dragons. And offer his big rompa. So... the Dork Knight, what's up? What's going on, guys? Sorry for showing up late. That's all right. We're still here. Glad you stopped by. Let's see. I thought I saw. Yes, I believe. Jared Williams. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you so much
for the super chat. Chris and James, what's up?
What's up?
Damn, we going back. Was that the 90s? Was that the 90s or 80s?
It's close, ain't it? 90s.
I don't remember. Damn, we're old. Have you guys noticed any evidence of what the Night King's motive is, and do you think we'll finally get a flashback scene? Yeah, I think we have to get that scene of what he wants, and I don't know if that's a flashback or if that's some kind of communication in the present.
Right.
So I think we do have to get that, otherwise this thing's going to end, and it's going to be a little underwhelming, regardless of who dies. But there's really not been any evidence because the books we haven't seen. There's no Night King in the books. There's no de facto leader yet. I'm sure there will be at some point following the show. But yeah, there's just not a lot of evidence, and I've tried to think on it. But there's with the Craster thing and the baby thing. I mean, what do they want? A lot of people thought at first, baby Sam, but it's not just one baby. There's had to be a lot of babies die. But they were active before the Baby Sam thing, so there's really not much there. We just don't know enough about them. We have no POVs in the books about them, so we're in completely blind territory. And again, in the books, even in Dance, there's still no Night King. They just took the name from the Night's King, who was the 13th Lord Commander story. So. And
Craster is such an interesting character in his whole story.
He is, and I did that video talking about Craster, like why is he special? You know, is it because he's a Stark in some way related to that, or for First Men Descent, or a Stark at the Wall? Because all we know is he's a bastard son of a Night's Watchman and
a wildling
woman, right? So who is that Night's Watchman? Could have been. But could it also mention it could have been a Targaryen, like Maester Aemon, for example. He tells the story to Jon at the Wall about the love of a woman. What would you choose, honor or the love of a woman? So he's known the love of a woman, and he's a sworn Maester. He was younger and not blind at one point.
That's exactly right.
So Craster could be related to a Targaryen. So maybe that's the key. Dude. To his blood and why the babies can be turned. So I don't know.
That's cool, yeah.
A lot of cool things.
So before Craster came along, it was the people sneaking the babies through the gate. That was
the 13th Lord Commander story.
That was
apparently
the only other person supplying babies to make more White Walkers.
Exactly, that we're aware of. And that may have been the first time, because that was only, think about it, if the Night's Watch was formed right after the War for the Dawn.
Okay.
They form the Night's Watch. They build the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many? It couldn't have been that long for only 13 Lord Commanders, because they don't live long. Number one, long lifespans, and so. I mean, it could have been quite a while, but that indicates that was the first time he started making other White Walkers. Like they created one, and so now again in the books though you do have a possible female with that story.
Okay.
So we just don't know.
So from the 13th Lord Commander to Craster, there's a huge gap there.
Yes.
On supply chain.
Right. So what happened then? Was it somebody else?
Yeah.
Was it random wildlings? What was going on? We don't know. Let's see. Sissy Fran, is that Fran Coas?
Francois.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure.
Sorry. I'm blind over here.
Thank you.
Love the tie-dye. You guys are my favorite throners. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. I was wearing a tie-dye the other night.
He was, dude. It was awesome.
I have a Targaryen colored black and red and white on a white shirt, tie-dye, V-neck. I mean, I don't do V-necks, but I wore it the other night.
You did. It looked really cool on you, man.
Yeah, I had a tie. We should have swapped before we start. We should have swapped. You should have put on the backwards hat, and I should have put on a tie-dye, and then people would be going, what the fuck? Just to throw
we'll have to
off.
remember that.
We may surprise you guys with that. So thank you, Sissy and Jared Williams. Thank you. By the way, rise up. Yes, Jared, absolutely.
Rise up.
Rise up. Let's see. Thank you, Jared. I was going to double check this really quick. I think we're good though. Yes. All right. Back to the live chat. No, Carol, I do not need a rompa. Anita, sounds sexy, Chris. I guess you're talking about the tie-dye. Now I got to start wearing tie-dye? God, I'm going to have a tie-dye backwards hat now?
Hell yeah.
Oh, Lord. Cuddly Crow, good night, and Amanda Kane, have a great week. Oh, good night, Cuddly?
Good night.
Or did Amanda leave? I'm not sure. Who left? Oh, Amanda's leaving. Good night, Amanda.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you. You're usually up late. Where are you going? No, I'm kidding. Let's see. We got to do it, Chris. Amanda. No, I don't know about the tie-dye's fine. I don't know about the rompa part. Her Monster Highness is in here. Hello, Her Monster Highness. She stopped in. Let's see. They're all laughing about tie-dyes and rompas.
There's Jay Martinez.
There we go.
Gendry will not fight Jon. They're fighting a war with the dead.
Oh yeah, they're best buddies now.
Mm-hmm.
They set that up.
I enjoyed that meeting.
Yeah, I did too. They set that up really good, with like a parallel with young Robert and a young Ned.
It was perfect, wasn't it?
Yep, I do. Tie-dye Proto Stark shirts. I can't do that exactly, but I could with it couldn't be a whole tie-dyed shirt. We did.
We were working on a hand
I do
of the
have
king.
I do have a logo filled with tie dye, like the regular
Yes, and that
Smokescreen
looked
logo.
good. I like
so I
that.
could throw that up there if people were interested in that. It would just be like the logo, but instead of like the color of the shirt in the background, or just black or gray, the gradient gray.
It's filled
It's
in.
just filled in with tie dye color.
Looked really good.
So yeah, I can put that shirt on there if people are interested. But people love the Proto Stark stuff, but not many people got them. So they're there. And I know people are after hats too. By the way, still no hats, still no fitted hats. I'm gonna have to find another hat person.
Cuddly Crow there.
Where am I? Oops.
Right there.
Okay.
Do you think what Varys heard in the flames has something to do with what Melisandre? If so, what?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I did a video on what he heard, and I was just saying it had something to do. There's a subscriber. See, that thing's not working. It's not changing. I see a subscriber popping in, and that thing's not going up. It's still at 35, so that's broke. But oh well, whatever.
And a matter of fact, we got Johnny Sanchez 11 Gaming says, "Hi, please give a shout out. I liked and subbed. You guys are great and you're funny. Keep up the good work." So there's your shout out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Johnny Sanchez. 11 Gaming. I'm assuming you play video games on your channel. So yes, appreciate it.
Awesome.
But yeah, going back to Cuddly's question. I was just saying it was something. I just said like Daenerys Targaryen because he don't really know what he heard. But I was saying that it could have been something. The voice that he heard could have been Daenerys Targaryen, or it could have been Fire and Blood, or something relating to what sets him on the path to end up helping Dany or Aegon in the books. But it will be Dany, I'm sure. So whether I don't think that the specific words matter, other than what Kinvara told us last season about in season 6. Was that all those bad things happen so you could be here helping the chosen one,
right?
So I think it is related to that, to the actual words being something related to Dany or Aegon or Targaryen or Fire and Blood or whatever. But I don't think it really matters what it was actually said because he don't know. He just heard a reply. So Kinvara knows, Melisandre knows. Will they ever say it? I hope they do. I would like to hear exactly what it
I would too.
Just out of curiosity.
Seriously, man.
But my guess was it was like Fire and Blood or Daenerys Targaryen, and that would have been way before she was born. So like some kind of future thing to put him on that path to get on her side. Doc Holiday, is it possible to make 500,000 YouTube accounts or 50,000?
To get that hat off.
No, I think you can make like 4 with the same phone number because you have to like do your phone. I think you make 4 or 5. So, oh man, that'd be easy. That'd be cheating, man. Be cheating.
I hate Con of Thrones is going to be in Texas next year.
Yes.
It's nothing against Texas.
No,
it's just
not.
further for us.
It's the time, yeah.
And we met Doc and Carol and some other cool people out there, and I was looking forward to meeting everybody again.
And we had this set up with Will Carter and his wife Tina.
I know,
the whole thing, man. So we'll have to do some thinking. We'll have to see what's going on then, or a couple months before Con of Thrones. But yeah, I thought it was going to be in the same place. Let's see. Carol has a question from Riley Wisner. Quick Q&A. Do you think there is something more to not seeing Bronn and Pod when they are left meeting at the Dragon Pit? I don't think it's anything more than less people in the scene, and apparently the Lena Headey thing with was it Jeremy Flynn? Is it Jeremy Flynn or Jerome? I can't remember. Whoever plays Bronn.
Yeah.
The real life issues where they used to date and apparently they hate each other. I mean, you would think that they're professional actors, that they could get over that shit, but they've never been in a scene together, ever.
I'll be damned.
I can't think of one. No.
And
he's always gone when she's in the room and vice versa.
That's crazy.
So it might have been one of those things where let's get him out of here so Lena Headey can come on and play Cersei.
And it may not be them. It could be their new boyfriend or girlfriend being jealous.
That's true, but that's insane. I mean, it's fucking work.
It is.
It's like Kit Harington's dating Rose Leslie. She was watching him having a sex scene with Amelia Clark, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on. But that's what I think it probably was. I mean, if that's true, Jerome.
You know all the hell I catch for doing these shows with you.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. HHH 1200 D and J equals 0 chemistry. I don't know. I didn't feel that way necessarily.
No, I felt the chemistry
all
there.
year, all season, right off the bat. I thought it was pretty good.
I think I mean, it was very convincing to me where I actually thought, that the actors themselves, because of the looks they gave and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it felt real.
Well, they've been good friends for a long time, and there were rumors years ago that they were dating before Rose Leslie, and I think they denied that, but they were like really, really close. So
it happens so often.
Yeah, they were really, really close. So I think there may have been a little more going on to that than there. I'm sorry, I keep it's blurring by. Salvatore, awesome. Oh, Smokescreen is on. Woohoo! Yep, been here for an hour and 37 minutes. So thanks for stopping by. Kyle Dubs Q&A tinfoil cover up. That's a good idea for a series, Kyle.
It really is.
Could the children we have seen be the good ones, quote good ones? What if most are evil and anti-men, not regretting creation of the Night King? That's a good thought, but I wouldn't think so. Only because that's another layer of which it could be a book thing, but you would think though in a real situation like that, before their numbers dwindled and all that, there probably were those that like, okay, we're going to go create this weapon over here, and there was other ones saying, no, it's dangerous, don't do it, it's going to fuck up. It's magic. It's like I don't know, it's an abomination.
Yes.
But so within a society, there's always different groups. So yeah, that could be possible. But yeah, I don't know. Certainly in the show, I don't think we'll get that indication. Let's see. Where are we at? Chemistry and heat, yes. Okay, they're having their own conversation. Let's see. Rhaegar, the Dragon Prince. Prince Rhaegar's in the house. Rhaegar, the Dragon Prince. Do you think Euron will take Drogon with Dragonbinder? No, not in the show. There will be. I just can't see a Dragonbinder this late in the game. It should have been introduced at the King's Moot, so I don't think that. The books, I think in the books, it will be something will go on with Dragonbinder. There's got to be some kind of conflict, otherwise why is it in there? You know what I mean? But then again, we'll see if the Horn of Winters even use the Horn of Jormungand. So it definitely could be a book thing. I don't think it'd be Drogon though.
Right above it, Brandon.
Brandon, why in the books can Dany be hurt by fire but not in the show?
Because you've talked about that quite a bit.
This is it's kind of a confusing thing. So just to explain that really quickly from Germ's perspective, this is what he said. He initially said that the dragon hatching was a one-time magical event because we know plenty of Targaryens have died by fire. But so that was the case with that. It was like fire and blood magic. So It was that magical moment, death for life, all that whole thing. Her going there was kind of the final piece to hatch dragon eggs. So she kind of stumbled upon the secret, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I stumbled upon it. Yeah.
Right, but also in the books, she is burned. Her hands are seemingly burned, and we're not sure exactly how that happens in Daznak's pit when she escapes, when she flies off on Drogon for the first time. In the book, she uses a whip to tame him in the dragon pit. Yeah, it's not like just like him. He yelled at her face and then she climbed on. It was a little different. So, but she did pull out spears. He was getting speared just like from the Harpies. So we think that's from the spears because it was so hot being inside Drogon because he was breathing fire.
I see.
But it also says she kind of ducked, maybe ducked, and his breath is also very, very hot. Not just the fire, just the actual breath.
Wow. Okay.
But she flies off, and Selmy sees her hair on fire. So when she gets to the Dothraki Sea, she's bald again, just like the first time.
Yes.
And when she lands, she thinks back, this was just like before, as in the dragon hatching. So she did not burn the second time in the pit either. So if that was a one-time magical event, how did it happen again? If it did, at least her hair got caught on fire and it didn't burn her scalp whatsoever. So her scalp was fine. So it seems to be certain moments, whether that's something when she really believes that or something she's thinking or some kind of emotional state.
That's what I'm thinking.
We don't really know. So in the show, they just decided to go with the whole, okay, I guess it's all the time. I guess. But that could change in the books too. We just don't know what's going to happen in the books. We haven't seen the third fire, the second fire, or whatever yet as far as the prophecies in the books. So we will see, I'm sure, the Khalasar being burnt to death, or the cows being burnt to death in a hut, and it'll happen again. So we'll see. We'll see when the books get here finally at some point, if they ever do. Let's see. Where did I just saw Dave?
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave, for the super chat. Does the Mountain obey Qyburn or Cersei first?
Hey, good question.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that Qyburn's got something, some plan, secret agenda. It's a good question. I by the look of it, it seems to be Cersei.
It seems to be Cersei,
but there could be that little twist.
We may never see the scenario,
exactly.
But it makes you wonder.
We may not. What I'm gonna say, we may never see the actual scenario, but you would think also Qyburn, however that's working with the necromancy thing and the blue shit he pumped in his veins. Is there a code word, or is there something he can say that would override Cersei's commands?
The Manchurian Candidate.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm not really sure about that. But at least in the show, it seems like Cersei has the last word. But I don't know if we ever see, like you said, that scenario. Kai of Winterfell, thank you, Kai.
Thank you, Kai.
Finally got that D&J sex. Sadly,
Yes,
I expected more.
Oh, I expected more, too.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
It was hot. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I didn't.
Let down.
They, you know how it's been the first couple seasons. It was full of it, and it's kind of dwindled. But they have to hook you a little bit with the.
I think that's what it was.
With the soft porn, because I mean, damn, you Drogo, for Christ's sake, in season 1, and Dany. I mean.
It was the sounds. It was the sounds that got me.
Exactly. So,
no joke, man.
Oh man. So yeah, but it did its job. The thing here's one thing I will say on a serious note about the sex scene.
Mm-hmm.
Was it not the first missionary position?
Yes.
Because that was to indicate the love versus some brothel.
That's right.
So yeah. I think that's the idea. So that's why it was what it was. I'm trying to get back.
It's kind of weird though.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way her legs were straight down.
Yeah, the one. Now you saw the other knee. The other knee was up, but the one on the camera, yes, was odd. Yeah, and he did. Okay, I won't get too detailed.
I know,
but you know what I mean.
But
I don't know. Maybe he's just got good aim. That's all I'll say. We're lucky. Let's see. Skinamax. Fan Ruff remembers Cinemax from back in the day, trying to catch a glimpse of something through the damn snow.
Oh, yes.
On the TV. Absolutely. We called it Skinamax.
It's Friday after dark.
Let's see. Where I saw something a minute ago. Kyle Dubs. We'll get into technique. Yeah, we won't go any further with the technique there. Let's see. Trevor Air Dry. Q&A, does Cleganebowl happen with the mountain on the Night King? Oops, let me stop it before I lose it. Does Cleganebowl happen with the mountain on the Night King side? He is dead and the magic of the wall is now gone.
People are thinking this, wondering about this.
We mentioned this earlier, Trevor. The wall kept them. And here's the thing people have to remember about the white thing, right? We saw the whites in season 1.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, well, how did they go through the wall? They wasn't turned yet. The magic has started to happen north of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But they were still human, I guess, when they brought them through dead. So then, once they were past the wall, they could finish the process of turning. So now that wall is down, there's always been magic up north, regardless if the Night King's closed, to turn somebody.
Right.
Because the wildlings already knew to burn their bodies. Even when the Night King wasn't around, there were no White Walkers, no whites. So that already started happening. So now that the wall's down, that magic can, for lack of a better word, leak into Westeros.
Yeah.
And as, I guess, winter comes further south or whatever, then that thing will start to happen to normal people or dead bodies if there's any left laying around. Now, the north there shouldn't be.
I picture that, what you're saying. Yeah.
So as that magic starts
leaking
into, and before he even gets, now I'm sure he'll already be coming south anyway, so we probably won't see any situation where there's some random guy laying there down the side of the road pop up, but we could to indicate the magic's working, so... We'll see. Let's see. Ben G says, Q&A, do you think Qyburn is going north? He seemed very interested in the whites. He is similar to the Night King and Troy the Dead. P.S. Sorry for spamming. No, you're good, Ben. If Nightbot didn't time you out, you didn't spam. Unless Nightbot's
right.
broke. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Qyburn was definitely interested in it. Obviously, he went over, and a lot of people had called that too. Like, he's going to be over there, with a boner because he's seeing this thing move by itself, and after they chop it up.
I
But,
definitely said that the night
And now I will say, so I don't think he would right now, just taking off. But if Cersei, because he seems to be really loyal to Cersei, I know some people think in the books he's got some ties to Dorne, perhaps, and that may be that's a whole different conversation. But if Cersei falls and he's still alive, yeah, he would definitely try to do anything he could to stay alive. Number one, but number two, really try to understand how the hell that works.
Yeah,
the magical side of things. So yeah, I could see that if Cersei goes down, but there's just been no indication to me that he's trying to betray Cersei or he's really not loyal to her in any way. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's see. Varda Regulator Smokescreen Q&A. Could Dany be pregnant, making her vulnerable to fire, having ice in her blood?
Hey.
Definitely going to be pregnant. I definitely call that. I don't know about the vulnerable thing, and even if we'll see a scenario where we would test that scenario. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think that's like why Jon, for example. I mean, it is insinuated that the Starks do like the cold a little better, kind of like Targaryens like the heat.
Yep.
Ned being naked in Winterfell, walking around, and Catelyn didn't understand how he could walk around and not be freezing. But then again, there's warm water.
We were told we keep the house like Winterfell
Yeah,
today.
we do.
That was funny as hell.
I know. I've heard that before. He said that. That's Mike Dustin said that several times. My little cousin Dustin. What is that? Letitia? Is Letitia? Griffin? Shout out. Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
What's
Hello,
up, Letitia Griffin?
Letitia Griffin. Let's see. Where was it? I thought I saw. Yes. Jared Williams. Thank you, Jared, for the super chat.
Thank you.
With the number of people still alive, either producers kill everybody or most of our favorites will survive the war. Place your bets now. Yeah, I think a lot of people have to die.
They do.
I think a lot of people have to die. It can't be pretty. So
I'm gonna hate it.
I know. So if you're thinking like Jaime and I don't know, there'll be a few select to kind of repopulate and things like that. But if you expect Tormund and Jaime and all these people to be in their own little places, running their own little kingdoms or castles, yeah, you've been watching the wrong show, unfortunately.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if I would place a bet, I would bet on very few.
I'm gonna cry when Davos dies too.
Yeah, I hope he just gets to go home to his wife. He's been gone a long time.
He has
a long damn time. He is married. He's got a wife. Let's see, HHH 1200. Everybody dies. Bloodbath. Save bodies for season 8. Let's see here. Where was
Goku 88? Greetings from Scotland.
Scotland in the house.
Thank you.
Yeah, we wanted to do this a little bit earlier for some of the people over in Europe and stuff. So maybe we'll do that, but it's just better for us a little later anyway. Maybe we'll do a 10 or something, or
that's true.
Little earlier, depending on what's going on Sundays with school back in and kids and everything. Let's see. Carol Brown has one from Alex Montero. What's up, Kristen James?
What's up,
I love
Alex?
Y'all. You're the best. Thank you so much. Q&A, with the snow in King's Landing and the Night King having a dragon, do you think Dany's vision House Undying will come true? Yes.
I feel like
in
it
a
will.
sense. And again, this is what I was saying before. I think in your video, and maybe I don't know if we were talking about exactly, but we saw that ceiling.
I know.
And the ceiling was not wildfire. Now, there may be a wildfire trick still there because there's still wildfire in King's Landing, at least in the book, so we may not see it in the show. But I think that could be an idea where Jaime has to kill Cersei there because she tries that again. But that aside, the Night King on a dragon now with fire why not? Why couldn't it happen? So the scene where you saw the thing burning out, I think that could certainly happen with the Night King now, and we saw the winter. Now we see it snowing, so that would basically come true almost to a T.
It would,
snowing
wouldn't it?
in the throne room. But the whole Dany thing, of course, was her deciding not to touch the throne to go after a dragon. So that was her deciding that she didn't want the throne if she wasn't there for it. So she figures out her true role is to save the world, essentially. So yeah, I think that fits right in. The Order 1814 has a question from Alex. Kirk, Q&A, will we see Faceless Men? No, not in the show. Only Arya. I just don't think they'll bring Jaqen back into it. There's no time. There's just no time. Unless he's been there the entire time and somebody else.
Yeah.
There's no telling.
That's funny.
But which is possible. But there's no reason.
Very possible.
I mean, the books.
We would have got a clue by now or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like he says something that Jaqen would say. Or another no one line for somebody that wouldn't say no one besides Arya. So I don't think so. Now, of course, in the books he is involved. He's at the Citadel. There's some things going on a lot different. So, but show, no.
Monkey Mail Dog says, why is Tyrion and Sam always tipped for making it to the end? Because they are the storytellers?
Yeah, that's a good possibility. I mean, Tyrion, first of all, was one of the people that was in his original draft to make it. And I just think when you hear those jokes that they're never finished.
Yes.
And you hear the sipping on Imps Delight thing with my friends, I just think that's actually telling us he will survive this. So he was one of the original few to survive the original draft. So that's why I think Tyrion's essentially told us that. Sam, I could see that as a story type thing. The whole reading thing that where they discover things. So he's kind of the information broker. But I could see at the end, as long as they show it, him telling like Aegon the Seventh or whatever his name or her name's going to be, the baby from Dany and Jon or somebody. The story about his or her parents saving the world.
So you're saying you don't want it to go off with Sam saying, and then Jon met the Night King.
No.
You want to see it,
not unless I see it.
Right
now, now again, if they in episode 5 or 6. No, I'm sorry. There's only 6, 4 or 5. As long as we see the ending and see the Night King and his thing at the God's Eye, whether it's at the God's Eye or not, but just whatever's going on with him for real, we see the actual ending. We see a Dream of Spring. I have no problem with episode 6 being like them starting to rebuild and then somebody telling the story. Maybe it's 15 years later. I have no problem with that, but we have to see the damn ending.
Right.
Mike Bushnell,
what's up?
You're late,
Michael.
Walking out.
You were watching football, weren't you?
Oh, no. He says he was watching it on the way home.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, he saw that today. Why am I on
But
that?
I swear, Chris, I think it's like that mouse and lion thing or whatever, the splinter. I think he needs that removed. I'm just going to say it now.
Yeah,
We've talked about it a lot.
I'm telling you, I've got a feeling with all the build-up with Dragonglass, and we see it works on whites and other White Walkers and Valyrian Steel.
Right.
I think it's going to be like they think they have him, and he stabs him, and he just looks down and goes,
pulls it right out,
and just throws it back, and then knocks somebody across the damn room or kills whoever it is, because he's already got a piece.
He's got it.
If there's literally a piece in his chest, how can another piece hurt him? So there's this big build-up. Dragonglass is going to kill him. Nope. Nope.
No,
it's got
not.
to be removed, so he will naturally die.
Yes.
From being kept alive for 8,000 years.
There's Hoonjive. Janine Curtis, football watching is a legit excuse. You are so right.
Absolutely. Completely understand that. Let's see. Kyle Dove says, Smokescreen, maybe the Night King has been waiting for a raven from the children to attack for thousands of years, but the children are mostly dead and all the ravens are froze that far north. Got impatient. So, no, well, that's a good idea, Kyle, but you got to remember that they actually attacked after there was a peace treaty and they had already been made. So they created the Night King. He went away. He didn't do anything for a while, apparently. And then I guess he made so I guess he did go ahead and make other White Walkers, because then they did the pact at the God's Eye, and then he attacked, and that's when everybody banded together and drove him off the first time.
But I believe with his green sight, he would know the Children of Force had depleted.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not surprised, waiting on a raven.
Yeah, so that kind of reinforces a little bit. You could say is that if he knows they're all dead, he would, if that's his mission, is just to kill his creators, then what's he doing?
Yeah,
Where's he
can
going?
See where we know they're going.
Yeah, right.
And there's more there. The more children there, he's coming to meet his maker once and for all.
Right, but there's got to be still some little something else there. It can't,
Oh, there
it can't,
is.
Yeah, and it may be like the Stark thing involved with the pull. I want this curse removed thing.
Yes.
And I'm killing all these people, so you will do so I can. I don't know. They have to have some kind of communication. I just saw Vol Guy 10 in the house. No it for me. Can't watch the previews. I'm scared.
It is pretty scary. There's several legit jump scares in that movie.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with the clown thing though. I've just never. I mean, when I was a kid, I will say Poltergeist scared me because I was in second grade.
Right.
But it was not because of the clown. It was because the clown in the damn chair moved.
Damn
The
right.
chair moving by itself is what it was. So I never had the issue with the clowns. So it's not a big. I like Stephen King and I like Misery and stuff, but I never was a big It fan. I don't know. I mean, I'd watch it, but let's see. What are we gonna do here? It's 12:30. I don't know what time you got. Do you want to do another session? Take a quick break.
Take a quick break and then kind of do a quick, almost wrap up, quicker session if we could.
Okay.
Maybe another half hour or so.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Cool.
Let me make sure. Mike Bullard. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Great wind down from NFL beer and Smokescreen. Awesome.
Always, Mike.
Absolutely. All right, so yeah, that's what we'll do. If you guys are still hanging out, we still have 771 watching. So if you want to do that, we'll take another little quick stretcher and then do a little wrap up and grab a few more questions because people do have to work and everything. So I guess you guys are down for that. I'm assuming we're not seeing the chat move. We got something going on with this browser. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Kyle, I knew that was a joke on your part, actually. Yeah. We just wanted to talk about all that anyway.
All right, really quick, Riley, a quick Q&A. What does Cersei mean when she told the Iron Bank representative that she wants to go and come to recover something? Yeah, that belonged to her. That's what I was when I saw that the first, and I said this in another live stream during that episode, I believe. I didn't think of anything because the first thing I was like, would that be some kind of like Bright Roar, Valyrian Steel Sword? But she wouldn't give a damn about Bright Roar. I don't think. I'm sure she's aware of it from listening to Tywin.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it was more like a person, as in like Sansa. Like she wants Sansa back to torture forever. I was thinking something like that. But honestly, I don't know. It was odd. It was very odd. Like, recover what? So the only thing I can think of that she lost was Sansa. That disappeared for murdering Joffrey, or she thought at the time.
Right.
Because she just now found out that they didn't. It wasn't Tyrion.
She got Marjorie out of the way.
Yeah.
Now she's going to get Sansa.
Exactly. All right, so yeah, let's do that. Let's take a quick stretch and break and all that, and let the dog out, and then we'll come back and wrap it up with a few more questions. So hang in there, guys, and we'll be right back.
Restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. perhaps I can give him justice. In the name of our king. Perhaps I can give him justice.
And we are live. We are live. We are back, I think. Yes, we are back. Okay. Yeah, I just saw we were live trending in the off season.
Yes.
With all the hurricane stuff, sadly, but all right. Let's see. Let's see. What was it at with? Yes. Okay. We're good with the super chats. I saw Mike Bushnell talking about some Britney Spears, his favorite singer. Oh, Lord. Let's see. All right. What we have. I saw a question a minute ago. There it is again. Okay. Diago Silva, Q&A. What's Bran and Night King's relation? Is he a successor in the grand scheme? We don't know. Maybe people will need to die due to overpopulation every couple thousand years. Yeah, I mean, I think the relation is that he is a proto-Stark. So I think they're related. or something like that as far as their actual relation. But I don't necessarily buy the idea. I've said this before about like a successor. Like, why would he want a successor?
Right. I
don't really buy that whole thing. Like, I mean, some people speculate that that's a title that's passed down and it's been several Night Kings, but clearly, at least in the show, it's the same guy.
It is the
same guy that was created that Bran saw. And so it's not Bran. It's not Bran, by the way, because he saw the guy be created. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you know, you could say Germ is using kind of some of his political stuff in there as far as overpopulation, but something that needs to be cleansed.
The Order 1814.
Okay, I just lost it. Hold on, right there. The Order 1814. My own question: does Golden Company have a lot of Valyrian steel swords as they are from that area and company made by Blackfire? No, it's so rare throughout the world. There's no particular group of people that has Valyrian steel swords. There are more. There are a lot, and some do. I'm sure there are a lot. I think there's 200 and I want to say 11 or something like that in the whole story. But most are lost, and you don't really know, and they're like minor swords. So I wouldn't think there's anything special about them coming over with a lot of Valyrian steel. It's not indicated in the books that they have anything special.
Trevor Airdry says, Q&A, what is the one death that would shock you to happen?
Oh, it would shock me. That absolutely would shock me would be Tyrion. Yep. Then we said that at the same time.
I think anybody else would suck, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean...
But I would be blown away if Tyrion doesn't make it.
Before, yeah, exactly. I think it all, but especially before, like, the end where, you know, I don't know, maybe it's years later and he's the one telling a story to somebody. You know what I mean? Something like that. But yeah, Tyrion probably for sure would shock me the most. I just saw Nikki Snow says, Q&A, what's your prediction for the first major character death in season 8?
Let's see here.
I guess, I don't know, do you count Beric as a major character? I think Beric's got to go.
Right.
I think maybe he does the kiss of life for somebody like the Hound, but I don't think he sees the Hound again if he's up at the wall. So that was what I was saying earlier.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm starting to think Tormund survived the wall coming down, but he's right there in the mix. I think he's going to go pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, a lot of people want Tormund to live through this. I mean, I want him to live too.
I do too.
Like at the end, like he's in, maybe at the Dread Fort. He's like,
I'd love it.
I would love to see something like that. So I could see something like that happening. I could see him staying alive to make something like that happen, where you see it's all one united kingdom without the wall and wildlings versus Westerosi or whatever.
Yeah, I just.
But
missed a good chance to go into a BG staying alive.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying earlier, though, is the Night King and the Army of the Dead came through the wall, and they just marched south. They're not going over to Castle Black. So Ed and them still sitting over there going...
Yeah.
They're bored to death. I don't know how... Because there's not enough castles in between that are manned for them to be passing along. There was no raven sent. Unless they got off a raven really quick when they blew the horn before the wall came down to Castle Black. So maybe they can come in from the back. Something like that. They have to get involved.
Since the wall has magic, you think they felt anything?
Yeah, I mean, like tremors or something.
Yeah.
Some
maybe
shockwave that's certainly possible. Like it's shaking, something's going on down there. But So, I mean, they got to get involved somehow. So it may be that... they send a raven from Winterfell when they find out, because Bran just saw this, so he knows.
Right.
He knows they broke the wall. So
good point.
They have a raven sent up to, is Ed still, see if they even get it?
Good
Are they
point.
still alive? Bran would know specifically that Castle Black didn't get attacked.
And so send a raven to Castle Black, informing them of what's up.
And Westwatch, which they've never shown in the show.
Never, yeah.
Let's see. Carol has one from Babalite, Q&A. Chris, people keep asking if the Night King is a green seer. Now we've seen Blood Raven, Bran, and Night King interact, and the only one wants to do this. Doesn't that put an end to that question? Yeah, I think it does. I think the fact that he can see him in visions is the first clue we ever got of that, and which, of course, supported the Proto-Stark idea.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that he was a first man, and he had that ability or something I don't know how powerful it was, or maybe he didn't, but the magic made him tied into werewood.net, essentially.
Yes.
If he can touch Bran physically in a vision and see him, there's something about green sight. So he's got those same...
So interesting.
And then, of course, and the other clue, remember, you got to think about the other clue to that is Benjen. He was saved the same way as the Night King was created, with a piece of dragon glass, and Benjen now knew that Bran was a three-eyed raven, and he had called him.
Dude.
So essentially,
You
Bran
have to remember that.
right. So that kind of gave you the idea that Benjen knew what was going on than the Night King does. Let's see.
See you, Aaron. I think you're checking out. It looks like.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for hanging out, Aaron. Habig, cheers, cheers. Are we spinning? Everything good? Everybody still seeing us? This browser's just, I think it's just my browser. Let me double check Streamlabs, and we'll take a few more questions from the regular chat as well, and then wrap it up. I know it's getting close to 1 o'clock. All right, a Streamlabs donation from Rickon.
Thank you.
Either way, thank you. Could the Night King want Jon Dany's baby, being that he's a green seer? Could that be the reason for the comeback, like the Mount who would save the world with Rhaego? I wouldn't think that. I don't know. I mean, in the books, Jon is a warg, just like all the Stark kids. So that would be from his side. But I don't know if the baby's kind of got a. You would think Jon would be the guy with both.
Yeah.
As far as like having some warging abilities, but the dragon bonding, and so that's what we were saying before. Like,
yeah,
Jon will be the one to warg a dragon, not Bran. But so I don't know. I mean, I think Jon himself is the ice and fire baby they're reacting to, so I wouldn't think it really related to Jon and Dany's baby.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so at all.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
Don't call it a comeback. He's been there for years.
LL Cool J reference. Let's see. I saw a super chat again from Zazo Page J. Is that right?
Yes.
Again, thank you.
They must be a Led Zeppelin fan.
Yeah. Q&A. Could the Lord of Light be the Night King since he won... Oops. About lost... Oh, it just popped up one. Could the Lord of Light be the Night King since he won a dragon and he could have used Bran, the Hound, Jon, and Beric till he got it? I think it's possible something like that because I don't think there is a Lord of Light as in a god.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was really interesting is the last couple episodes you saw Bran sitting around a fire a lot, staring into the flames. And when Sam walks in there, he says, he tells him who he is, and they have the joke about, I don't know what that means.
Right.
But then he's like, Bran holds up the scroll. Did you see that?
So
but when he
funny.
said, did you see that? And then Bran holds up the scroll, and then later on he says, no, their marriage was annulled. He says, is there something you can see? When Bran says, are you sure? He says, is there something you can see? And he kind of nods over towards the fire. Like, I was thinking, what's Bran doing looking into a fire? He goes out to the werewood tree to roll his eyes
Dude.
back. So, I've always said that I think it's something, not necessarily Bloodraven or Bran themselves, but something related to that same source.
Yeah.
So there is no great other in lore. It's really the same source, and Melisandre is seeing things that Bran or Bloodraven send her when they want to. Because if you noticed, now the books, we hadn't got there yet. There is a Melisandre, she does see Bran and Bloodraven in the fire and associates them with the great other being their champions. But think about this, since Bran has become the three-eyed crow, how many visions has Melisandre seen?
Hey.
In the show?
That's a good point.
She's been sitting around by a fire, but she's not mentioned a single
That is a good
thing.
point, dude.
So, with Bran looking into the fire and Sam nodding his head towards the fire and Melisandre not seeing anything in the fire, makes me think that either he just don't know how to use that yet or
Well, the
we're
Hound
going,
saw something.
That's true. That is true. But did Bran send that to the Hound?
Right.
Just tell him, this is where you need to head up.
You guys need to head up this way, guys.
Because I don't know. That's one of those things that we need the answer to. A little thing that needs to be wrapped up.
I agree.
Before the show goes off. Now, we'll get that in the books, I'm sure. But yeah, I think it's related to the same source. So in that sense, yes. All right. Doc Colliday, thank you, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
Cersei wants the kingdom she lost, recovered by the Golden Company.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I guess the kingdoms she lost, but recovered by the golden. Yes, yeah, I guess she could mean that. I guess since she lost some kingdoms, it only really, I think Jaime said only like 3 actually.
She
support
would
her.
say it nonchalantly like that
Yeah,
too.
that's true. It very well could be that simple. It was just I don't know, it was odd.
It really was odd.
Because if you're talking about the Golden Company, you're already talking about taking back your kingdoms. That would be almost a double entendre. You're saying it twice. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm going to hire them to come back to take back my kingdoms, and I want them to recover something that I've lost.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
the way it was said.
So
I don't remember how it was said.
Yeah.
If that's the way it was said, yeah. It would.
So that's what I mean, Doc. It was just odd the way she added that to the fact that they were talking about the Golden Company. So anyway, apparently,
are we going to see?
Is Nightbot not? Nightbot's not. Oh, there he is. He's working.
It just went away.
Our browser's so behind. I'm sorry, guys. Our browser's just not refreshing at all. No, Mike. Bran is not the damn Night King. Let's see. Yes, Chris G, we are streaming. We're about to wrap it up, though. We've been going for 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Are we going to see what happens in the dungeons with the Sand Snake?
Look at this really quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Zombie Drive Gaming. Look who's in here.
Wow.
This is my little cousin Dustin, ZDG here.
What's going on,
what's
Dustin?
good, cuh? 2K sucks, cuh. He's the one that called the house Winterfell earlier. He was over here watching some football, and we made our awesome damn homemade wings. So what's up, Dubstep? Why are you up? So get in the bed, man. You got school. Get in the bed. I'm sorry, you were starting to say something before interrupted us.
Will we see what happens in the dungeons with the Sand Snake and the poison and all that?
I don't think so. I mean, I think they're kind of just letting that go off screen because now it's been too late. There's no recovery. You know, I kind of secretly wanted Bronn to go get Tyene. Mm-hmm. I think some people mentioned that too. You know, because of their little connection back in Dorne. You know, the bad beep connection. So, but I think that's been way too long now. So much time has passed. Chris G quit. You don't need to be working at 12:55. Just walk out.
Just leave.
Oh Lord, Mike, school is for fools. Yeah, school is cool. Let's see. All right, let me see where we are here. We got to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. So. I think we're good on Super Chats. Let me double check Streamlabs. All right, so we're good there. Okay. All right, let's see. Lord Alistair says Bloodraven brought Bran up so he could mark him and break the cage protection and escape to the host he had prepared, aka the Night King. You mean as in Bloodraven wants to take over the Night King body? It sounds cool if that's what I'm reading right, but the Night King was already, he killed him. Now, Bloodraven would live on from the book knowledge as far as the tales in the books, like their consciousness goes into werewood.net or whatever. But I didn't see any change. The Night King was already sentient and whatever, and I didn't really see any change there. So,
But happy birthday, Blood Rose Stark.
Yes, happy birthday.
And so when you say today, do you mean 9/11? That's
it is 9/11.
It is 9/11 right now. It's a crazy birthday.
Can everybody still see us, by the way? Is that just my shitty browser still? Just making sure. Yeah, okay. I think we're good.
Yes, the anniversary today.
So we'll grab a couple more. It is 9/11. I'll be damned. I didn't even think about the date today. Let's see. Where was I? I thought I just saw a question. Rachel Martin says, do you think we'll get some sort of Bran vision that explains the symbolism of the White Walker swirls and stuff like that we saw in the cave on Dragonstone? I don't think so in the show, at least. I think that whole thing was kind of explained to us on the spot. You know, like Jon had kind of figured out essentially what it meant.
Yep,
and
that's what
really
I think.
what it boiled down to was that last picture of them together.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll get a specific explanation of that symbolism. There's a good YouTuber, Lucifer Means Lightbringer, LML. He has a YouTube channel, and I was supposed to be on, I think, with him and Aziz on Wednesday, but I had internet issues. on history of Westeros, but he's got some great stuff on symbolism.
He really does.
Yeah, he's really in depth on the symbolism stuff in A Song of Ice and Fire and what George R. R. Martin pulls from. Really cool stuff. So check out LML for sure. I don't have a link to his channel, but check him out. He does a podcast and all that good stuff, and has a YouTube channel as well. And he's frequently on History of Westeros with Aziz and Ashaya.
Good one. Charles DeCanus, Dick Anus. I'm sorry. Do you think 6 longer episodes will be good or bad for the show? I've wondered this myself.
Yeah,
how
I
it's
don't
gonna
know.
play
I mean,
out.
what is it? It's supposed to be feature length. We're all guesstimating that could be an hour and 1 minute. I mean, that could literally be 61 minutes. I think that's technically the term. Is over an hour, correct?
Right.
Or that could be 80 minutes apiece. Now, if you get to 80 minutes apiece, you still have pretty much a full season, or not a full, but pretty close to it. A lot more than you think. So, I don't know. I mean, more time is better. Period. It just seems shorter because you're just seeing it in less chunks. So, I guess to me overall, as much as I liked all the payoffs and stuff this season, the time it was kind of rushed.
It really was.
It really happened fast. The time jumps, which I understand, different places and all that, but if you're going to make episodes, and I don't know how HBO works and money and contracts and the whole thing with the production, but I'm just saying, if you're going to have 80-minute episodes, why not have more episodes that are just an hour or 50 minutes or whatever is usual?
Because 80-minute episodes, that's 20 minutes extra each episode.
I guess it
comes out to 7.33 episodes. It's not even a big deal.
Exactly. I guess it's just the process of filming, and it's just if they go through each episode, each season, they have a structure for each episode. Maybe it's just easier for them to get this thing done. I don't know. But I mean, I did think it with less. It certainly feels a lot more rushed with less episodes.
It does, man.
Let's see. All right, so let's get one more good question before we got to get out of here. It is late. There's Jess Greg. Hi, Chris and James. Miss you guys. I'm gonna go back to the subs soon, but really miss you. Where'd my mouse go? My mouse just quit working. Great. I swear
we missed you too, Jess.
Yes, Jess. Appreciate the doing that too. I was going to say I need my stuff translated into Spanish. Really appreciate the help with that. And my mouse is dead.
Ashraf Zubi, answer my question, please.
Okay, Ashraf.
We will find that thing and answer it.
Where's it at, Ashraf? What's your question? Go ahead and type it again, please. Unless you have it like really, really close. It's hard to see everybody's stuff, even with just 700 people.
Let's see.
Let's see. While we're looking for that,
I can find it. You fix your stuff.
Riley Wisner Q&A: does Jorah die in season 8, or does he have a much bigger part to play in the wars to come? He has been alive for a reason since season 1 for a reason. Yeah, I think Jorah's got to die. I think it's got to be saving Dany almost. Really, the ultimate show of love for her and all that good stuff. We initially thought Jorah's bigger role would have something to do with the grayscale.
Yeah.
Because it was like, why were we talking about grace? And it could still be a book thing, but the grayscale. Hello, Veronica from Orlando. Hope you're doing well in Orlando right now. Hope you're. I guess you're safe on something mobile. Have some internet at least. But I mean, we thought like maybe the grayscale thing is like a biological weapon for White Walkers or Whites, and that was a cool idea. So like, why? So you have a reason to understand why we were introduced to Shireen in the first place, and all that, and then of course it's John Connington in the books it gets the disease, not Jorah. But anyway, so
I've got this question.
Okay.
From Ashraf Zubi. Says question Q&A: do you think the Golden Company will follow Jon if they find out he is Aegon, and they are mixing that plot from the book, the Young Griff plot?
Oh, here it is, right here.
Didn't Stannis hire the Golden Company in season 5?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me double check that. Well, my damn mouse is broke. I'm using this. Okay. Let me make sure I have this understand it, because I was half trying to get this mouse to work. Sorry. So do you think the Golden Company will follow Jon if they find out he is Aegon? mixing the plot from the books, young Griff. Yes, exactly what I was saying earlier. I think that falls into play about Jon/Dany Targaryen, Blackfire. You know, we didn't really get the Blackfire thing in the show.
No.
So I think it'll go straight into the Targaryen thing. But and also Jorah being formerly being part of the Golden Company. Jorah can be the one to kind of instigate that switch.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So that could be, again, going back to the Jorah thing, his role in the end is to get this big...
Instead of the grayscale.
Instead of the grayscale.
Yeah, that's
thing.
awesome, yeah.
But, I think they will, Ashraf, for sure. It'll be kind of similar to that because they kind of just left out the Blackfire thing, so it's all just kind of condensed into one house, Targaryen or whatever. So, all right, so let me double-check with this shitty pad mouse here. Marilyn Bentley, thank you, Marilyn. Q&A, will you consider a Patreon-only chat? Yes, absolutely. That will be happening.
He's been talking about this.
Absolutely, Marilyn. It will be happening. Patreon-only chats will be happening where there'll be private streams, and I can do it directly to Patreon, or it can still be at YouTube, just a private link or whatever. That will absolutely be happening. I talked about it in a recent Patreon post on Patreon. So, yes, ma'am, that will definitely be happening.
He also talked about it in A Dragon Raised by Wolves, parts 1 through 4.
Yes. That's definitely going to happen for sure, Marilyn. So thank you for that. So let's grab one more, and then we'll get out of here. Let everybody go to bed, and you got to go to work. Let's see, Alex. I said this a minute ago. Asking about the Faceless Men. I don't think we'll see them again in the show, at least. I just don't think they have the time. Obviously, that's going to be a bigger role in the books because Jaqen is at the Citadel. So let's grab one more since that was pretty much the same question as before. This is not refreshing at all. Let's see.
Here's one. Salvatore Bacino says, who will tell Jon about his bloodline?
I was looking at it right there.
Were you really?
So, yeah, we'll end on this one, Salvatore. I think Jon hears from Bran, obviously, and Sam. They're the super team now. We talked about it on your video. They're the guys in the chair with the headsets hacking into shit.
Yes.
While everybody goes out and breaks into the buildings and fights the war. So that's going to happen, but I still say that Howland Reed has to come into the story. Now, he can not only confirm that because he was there, but I think that he tells, we talked about this in Dragon, he's got to be involved in somehow in the end game at the God's Eye. He's been there. I think he's been back studying, whatever that means, with the Order of the Green Men. So I think Howland Reed will absolutely confirm that and comes into it as well, but he will initially hear it.
He's going to be told, and then Howland confirms it.
Now again, Bran can prove it because Bran can prove pretty much anything. But if he hears it from somebody alive that was friends with his father, and that helps him get through that too, like, you know, Ned Stark was not my father. He lied to me this whole time. But then Howland comes in and says, this is why he did it. He did this for you. He lied for 14 years. He gave up his honor. I gave up my honor killing Arthur Dane for you, for him to keep, you know, all that stuff. So Howland comes in with that kind of role.
That's something else Jon's going to hear that's heavy. Is Bran. Well,
that's right.
I mean, he's got so much to
That's
hear.
right. There's so much going on. Like, who the hell? What does that mean? You can see what? But now in the books, it's a little different. He sees Bran when he's in Ghost one time, and Bran's in a tree and all that good stuff.
Cindy Sammy says, Chris, my question. You want to double check the other?
Yes.
Sources?
Did I miss something, Cindy? I'll be glad to. Was it a super chat? Did we miss something?
I'm not sure.
Let me check. Cindy. I apologize if we missed something.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't see anything from Cindy. Yeah, we're way back up to the top here. Nothing there.
Okay.
Was it a Streamlabs, maybe? I'll refresh that one more time. Nope.
Maybe we just missed.
Maybe we just missed the question in the general chat. Yeah.
Sorry, Cindy.
What do you have there, Cindy? If you type it real quick or give it to.
Oh, here it is. Cindy Sammy Q&A. Chris, will you marry me?
I'm
kidding.
I don't know. We'll have to. Let's talk first. Let's see. Let me refresh this page. I apologize, guys. This shitty browser is just not refreshing. The stream's good, I think, but we can't see ourselves if it's working. So I just refreshed again. Okay, so the order has it for you. Okay, All right, the Order 1814 has
Thank
it.
you.
Cindy, Sammy, Q&A. How will Varys die?
Good question.
I think, man, I just got a feeling it's kind of the fire thing with after the Melisandre conversation. I don't know. It's hard to, because he's not going to be on the battlefield.
Nope.
So he's been having these run-ins with Kinvara and Melisandre, and Melisandre basically told him, you got to die here in this foreign land. Of course, he knew he was going to die at some point, but that sounded a lot sooner than he thought. So it makes me think it ties into that with Melisandre and fire or something related, because it's not going to be like with a sword.
With Jon not being there to tell him to burn the bodies in Winterfell, it's going to be a white little finger.
That's right. Yeah, that would be, yeah. I mean, they could still get after each other in the afterlife. Because I did want to see Littlefinger.
I know you did. That's why I said that.
But no, the Northern people know to burn that shit now. Jon's told them, and after the Battle of Winterfell, Sansa knows that they burned all those bodies, 1-1, all that good stuff. So, anyway, Ocean Mist, Chris is a talker, eh? Of course. I like to get to know somebody. Okay, all right. So I think we'll wrap it up now. It is 1:10, and thank you guys so much for stopping by.
I've enjoyed it, guys.
Triple check everything.
It's good to be
we
back.
were good. Didn't miss any super chats. Didn't miss any stream labs. So I think we are good there. So yeah, we will continue to do these all-season Q&As. And Marilyn, like I mentioned before, I'll also do private Patreon stuff as well. But yeah, we're going to definitely keep doing these. It may not be every single Sunday. It just depends on what's going on. And hold on. Carol's got something really quick. I'm sorry. Let's see. Ambush says Batwheel, I believe. Dragonbinder will be used to control the Night King's dragon. In the books, maybe. Yeah, I could see that in the books for sure, as a kind of a twist on what you think is going to happen with the live dragons. But the show, yeah, not going to happen. No Dragonbinder.
And if I could just say real quick, I will have a video coming out maybe here in just a little while. It's late. It might be.
Yeah, it's a long. And that's why we couldn't do it, because it's so long. Right. It's going to process, and so.
So just be sure you stick to the end of the video if you do watch it, and you'll see about the tie-dye giveaway. I'll just leave it at that.
Yep. Simon popping back just in to ask Q&A. Chris, will you cook burgers and homegrown mashed potatoes for me? Absolutely.
Homegrown mashed potatoes. I love that.
I want people to know that I actually can cook. My grandma was the best. My mom learned. I can cook. I was making fun of cooking shows.
Local ass.
That's not
honey.
to say though. Absolutely. I need some more local ass honey. By the way, I'm about out. But yeah, I actually can. I not to say occasionally I don't eat a hamburger helper out of a box.
But it's awesome.
It is. So, okay. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. I think we're good. I think, again, just really quickly, Carol, me and Carol is going to be talking about something coming up in the near future. We'll get back to you on that, another live stream event. So we'll get back to you when that's planned. It'll be a little while. It won't be immediate. Again, going back to the foreshadowing series, all that stuff's coming.
Yes.
They will continue to be. We'll start to get some filming news. There's already couple little potential things coming out, so we'll do some filming news if it's relevant. If it's just some random, small, little, tiny thing, I may not. May go into some other shows a little bit in their off season. A lot of stuff to do, and again, I will continue to do some more stuff on the vlog channel and the gaming channel for fun as well. So. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the likes, shares, subscribers, all that good stuff. And I think that's it.
I think
anything else?
I'm still trying to get him to do some skits, some Game of Thrones skits.
Oh yeah, we need to do Skit Happens.
And if we do that, then HBO will see us, and they will put us in there.
Yeah. Let's speaking of let's get that hashtag going. Yes, Anita, Star Wars for sure. At least around December.
Right.
My Star Wars videos, even though I've done quite a few, they never do well. Nothing else does. But I gotta get out of the Game of Thrones box to a degree. So
who are we joking? We can't get Sundrop to sponsor us.
That's right. I mean,
we're not getting on Game of Thrones.
That's right. But maybe we get that.
Hashtag it, guys.
Get that hashtag campaign going. Anyway, we'll see. That would be so cool. All right, so yeah, we'll get out of here and let you guys go. Again, everybody in Florida, be safe, please. And I guess I'm not sure if it went a little west to Louisiana. Probably going to hit there soon, or if it hadn't already.
Right. Don't be cocky.
Yes, yeah. Don't be like, oh, I'm battering. Get out of there if you can. If I don't even know.
We've seen enough videos. Don't go out and try to brave it and film it.
Oh yeah, we had Hugo here when we were in high school.
Absolutely.
Right after, and Hugo was over Charlotte. I mean, it was
blew windows out in the buildings down uptown.
Blew brick walls over. So yeah, we've been through it here on the mainland. So anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you. I'll let you know if I do a live stream. We'll try to plan it, and then I'll post it early so you guys will know for next Sunday. So again, thank you all for everything. We'll see you next week more than likely, and look forward to a couple videos this week. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Mike says.
Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our King. I can give you justice.